Good afternoon. We're in Larimore. It's high school playoff football time here as Larimore had a bye last week, and they're in action today against Ellendale-Edgeley-Kulm. It's Larimore Polar Bears and the EEK Thunder. Craig Keating here in Larimore. Harry Lipsiea is down in the field. Harry, how are things looking down there?
Yeah, it's a nice day here. You know, it's chilly, but, hey, it's not snowing, it's not raining, so it's a nice day in October in North Dakota.
We will definitely take it, won't we?
You bet. It's interesting on the sidelines watching them warm up. You know, Larimore's really trying to get everything pumped up. The guys are getting excited where Ellendale-Edgeley-Kulm is very down to business. Everything's quiet, but they seem very focused. So it seems like it's going to be an exciting matchup.
We've got 3 football playoff games on the air today. Here on KMSR, it's Larimore and EEK, Ellendale-Edgeley-Kulm. And over on KMAV 105.5 FM, we have a couple of games today. As first off, the 2 o'clock game in Thompson, as the Tommies will take on Napoleon Gackle Streeter. And then at 5 o'clock, coverage of Hillsborough Central Valley and Dickinson Trinity. So that is what we have coming up here today. 3 games. So we follow the Polar Bears, the Tommies, and the Burros in the high school playoffs. We'll take a break on our pregame coverage. We'll be right back after this. Back on the pregame show here in Larimore as we get ready for high school playoff football. Craig Keating and Harry Lipsiea here. Harry, what do you know about these 2 teams?
You know, it's interesting, Craig. We have 2 teams that have kind of taken different paths over the last couple of years. Larimore is a team that has a great football tradition, has made the playoffs, you know, I'd say the last 8 years, and has had some very strong teams, some region championship teams, where Ellendale-Edgeley-Kulm, you know, not too long ago, they were 2 separate 9-man teams. Edgeley-Kulm has been to a couple state 9-man title games, and they came together about 4 years ago. There were some, you know, they struggled a little bit, but have gotten better and better every single year, and this is kind of their year. They're a physical rushing team, as is Larimore, so it's 2 teams that like to run the ball, but also have the ability to pass the ball, so it should be a lot of fun to watch.
It's been the first time for me seeing Larimore since back in week 1, actually. Larimore went down to Randy Vegan Field at Central Valley, played Hillsborough Central Valley, and that was a pretty good ball game. Went down to the last few minutes. Larimore prevailed, and Larimore also defeated HCV last year. So pretty good when you get a Class A school beating a AA school. And, of course, HCV, they've had a very strong year.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was going to say. And not only is it a AA team, but it's the number 2 team out of that East Conference in AA. So that's a huge win for Larimore, and they really haven't let the momentum stop since then.
Very cloudy day here. We did see some sprinkles here and there on the way up to Larimore, but the sun did peek out very briefly. I don't know. It's going to be cool down there, Harry.
Yeah, it's cool, and it's also windy. You know, the wind might be a little factor in the passing game, but more than anything, it just makes things pretty cool and cold down here. You know, it's probably 10 to 15 mile an hour wind, but man, it's a very chilly wind, so that could be a factor.
I'll just have to see how things play out this afternoon. Larimore unbeaten on the year. They've had a lot of success in the football playoffs, in the football season the last few years, and then they've usually had somebody get in their way in playoff time, but Polar Bears very senior-laden lineup.
And, you know, Ellendale-Kulm, very big win last week against Park River Fort Valenka, the defending state champions, and really didn't have too much problems with the Aggies. They really controlled that game from beginning to end. And you look at the Thunder lineup, and they're fairly young. They have some strong senior class as well, but there's a lot of juniors and sophomores, so a fairly young Thunder team.
We'll take a break here, and we're going to talk about the brackets and what's going on around the state. Harry and I will talk about those matchups right after this. All right, back here in Larimore, Craig Keating and Harry Lipsiea, 2 of the 4 members of the squad, if you will. They're going to be out and about with football today. Let's take a look at the other matchups, and Harry, maybe we'll get some of your insights as well. Here in Class A, of course, Larimore taking on Ellendale-Edgeley-Kulm. The top half of the bracket there, Northern Cass hosts Langdon Munich. What are your thoughts?
That's going to be a good one, Craig. all year, most of the year, the latter half of the year, Langdon Munich's been the number 2 ranked team in the state. And I believe in the final poll, they were still the number 2 ranked team in the state. So they might be considered the favorite, even though they have to travel quite a bit south to face a tough Northern Cass team.
Mayville 15-20. Yep. Had somebody ask me what station we're on. Des Lacs, Burlington, and Velva Sawyer. That could be a good one.
You don't bet against Velva Sawyer in the playoffs. You just don't, and that's they got to be the favorite, even though DLB has an excellent team as well.
Then you got Hazen hosting Bishop Ryan today.
Another tough place to play. Hazen is one of those places you don't want to go to, but Bishop Ryan has had tons of success. They got down early last week and just kept pushing ahead, and earned a victory. So that's gonna be a tight game between two teams that can really run the football.
In 9-man today, we've got Thompson and Napoleon Gackel Streeter over on KMAV 105.5 FM. They may be going right now at their pregame over there. Dan Keating has the call. Thompson's the number 1 team in the state. They've been number 1, I believe, all season, and a dominant squad. Harry, what do you think?
Thompson has so many seniors. That's what really sticks out to me. They've played so much football. I mean, they've made the playoffs each of the last 4 years, have a lot of experience, and they have so much speed on that roster. But I will say Napoleon Gackel Streeter is no stranger to playoffs in North Dakota. They have a coach that was a very successful player, and now a coach. They like that triple option offense. It's going to be an interesting battle because Thompson can do a little bit of everything where Napoleon Gackel Streeter is a little bit more focused just on that strictly power option game. So, yeah, it's going to be a tight one.
They got Shiloh Christian and Hankinson, and of course, if Thompson were to win, they potentially could end up going all the way to Bismarck, even being a number 1 seed.
Yep, and Bismarck Shiloh Christian, a team that made the state championship game 2 years back. Very, very, very good program, and a tough place to play for sure. They got that beautiful facility. They have the turf. Fun and Barker does a really nice job with that team.
North Prairie plays Kenmare, Bowbells, Burke Central, and New Salem Glen Olin takes on St. John in the bottom half of the bracket today.
Yeah, two games. St. John's a really fun team to watch. I saw them play a couple times last year, and they have a lot of returners. They're they run the option, and it's a wide open offense. A lot of fun to watch in St. John.
And the Class A playoffs here, we've got Hillsborough Central Valley taking on Dickinson Trinity today. Burroughs went down to Shanley and lost last week, so they got the number 2 seed out of the East. They get a 3 seed from the West. It's a long trip for those Trinity Titans.
Yeah, it's an interesting double-A matchup. One thing that I find interesting is, the West this year is probably considered a little bit stronger than the East. So, I know Trinity has a really good team. If you look at their roster, they have some big guys. I mean, they're going 260, 270. But Hillsborough Central Valley has actually been outsized in most of their games this season, but their line does a really nice job. I think that long trip and just the ability for Hillsborough Central Valley to come out and get something going on that run right away so they don't have to rely too much on the pass. I think if they can establish that run early on, they're going to have a nice chance.
Bismarck St. Mary's taking on Central Cass today. St. Mary's being the number 1, they're obviously favored there. Then a couple other games. You got Watford City and Shanley, and Beulah taking on Kindred today. Yeah,
a lot of interesting games. To me, it's going to be interesting to see how Shanley does. Like we said, the East maybe wasn't highly as regarded as the West, but man, that's a great team. And just a really impressive program by Rod Oxendall. So it's going to be interesting to watch that half of the bracket to see how they do.
Those are the pairings, and again, we're following 3 teams today in Larimore here on KMSR. We also have coverage on KMAV today from Thompson, and then the 5 o'clock game at Central Valley as Hillsborough Central Valley takes on Trinity. We'll take a break. Our coach's comments portion coming up right after this. All right, back here in Larimore, our pregame coverage on Sports Radio 1520 KMSR as the Larimore Polar Bears get ready to take on Ellendale-Edgeley-Kulm, the Thunder. So they made the trip up north today. Our coaches' interviews are brought to you by VW Motors Incorporated in Cooperstown.
Talking on the pregame show, Coach John Shealy, coach of the Ellendale-Edgeley-Kulm Thunder. And congratulations, a nice win for you guys last week.
No, thank you. It was a nice one.
Things went well for you in that game, I guess.
Yeah, they did. Our boys played real sound, and defensively we were able to cage up Hankey and bring him down when we had the chance. So, just all around, it was a good game.
Guess anytime you can beat a two-time defending state champion, it's a pretty good game.
Yes, it is. They had a lot, coming back and a lot coming into that game with their reputation, and it was just overall a good game for us.
Games like that, when things are going well for you, what do you guys do well? What are your strengths?
We still rely on our run game day in and day out. We got a good back in the backfield and a good offensive line that opens the holes for them. So it comes down to up front for us. Our run game is kind of our bread and butter.
Defensively, what are the strengths there?
Defensively, I look at our linebackers. We got a real good linebacking core with Luke Wirtz and Nathan Peterson in the middle, and they've been solid all year long. They've been able to, stuff the holes and cover backs out of the backfield, and they do their best at playing sideline to sideline. So those guys have really stepped up.
Win last week. Now you get another shot at Larimore.
Yes, we do. We had them third week of the season, but I truly believe we're a different team than what we were back then, and a much better team than we were back then. So one of our goals after that game was to get back and get one more shot at Larimore.
Yeah, you play them third week of the season. Things are still fairly early in the season, and as you get to the point where you're now, you win a playoff game, and things are feeling pretty good.
Yeah, they are. Like I said, the last few weeks of the season here, we've really started to get rolling, and the O-line's really working well together, and it's been a fun ride up till now.
What do you got to do different against Larimore this time?
Eliminate the big plays. They were able to get a few big plays on us, and we turned the ball over a couple times at very inopportune times. And, if we limit those turnovers, we control the clock, and we, make them work for every yard and make them grind it out, I think that will be what's most effective for us.
Playoffs, it's one game at a time. Anything can happen at this point in the year.
Yes, it can. We've just been preaching that to the boys. We're 0-0. The goal is to win each week, and just keep telling them one time. You never know what can happen. And go out, play hard, play fast, and hopefully we come out on top.
That's the great thing. You only got to beat a team once when it gets to the playoffs.
Yep.
You guys in good health?
We are. We're very healthy going into this one. It's been something that, we've really taken an eye on here the last few weeks, is keeping kids healthy, and knock on wood, we haven't had any setbacks with that. John,
we appreciate the time. Best of luck to the Thunder against Larimore.
All right. Thank you very much.
John Shealy, coach with us, coach of the Ellendale-Edgeley-Kulm Thunder. Talking on the pregame show right now, Cal Triplett, coach of the Larimore Polar Bears. We're in the quarterfinal round of the Class A playoffs. You guys had the bye week last week. Good to have a week off.
Yeah, it was. It's go back to the fundamentals of practice, and maybe heal up some injuries, this and that, and just kind of reset and prepare for a brand new season, and kind of take the first couple of days of practice kind of like it's back in August, and just kind of we're starting over, and start throwing in some new wrinkles, so you have a little more time to maybe work on some things that you did previously, and get ready for your next opponent.
Unfortunate loss is Levi Hofer with a knee injury. Does that kind of change how you're going to do things here going forward?
No, not really at all. Just might change some personnel, but offensively, Caleb will probably play tight end the rest of the way through, and we'll plug a guy in for Levi's spot on the line, and defensively, same thing. We'll just plug new guys in and do exactly what we do, and it's Levi's he's an all-state player. He's a heck of a player, and he's going to be missed. And it's a hole that you can't just necessarily fill. But we're gonna, we have some seniors that are ready to step in and do a job. And the team understands that we're not gonna be successful, or we're not gonna fail because of one player. So we got a lot of kids contributing.
Ellendale-Edgeley-Kulm will be the opponent. You played them earlier this year.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, they solid team. I think week 3. They put some points up on us, and they moved the ball a little bit, and They kind of threw a lot of different looks at us defensively, and we've had a chance to watch them throughout the year on film, and they've gotten better as I think we have too. And they have a couple of really good skill players on offense, and just some good physical players on defense. They got a few kids. Their running backs really good, and it's they're a run first team, so it's kind of going to be our goal to make sure we can bottle up their run game.
They had a pretty good game last week against Park River.
They did, yeah. We made the long trip down to go watch it, and it was definitely an interesting game to see. The fire and the emotion that Edgeley-Kulm had. They really wanted to win that game, and they had like I said, they had the mental edge, it seemed, and they kind of took it to them right away and finished it out, got a home playoff win. So they got some confidence. They'll be riding high, and we have to try to do what we can to stop that right away early in the game so they don't get that momentum on us.
You had to look at them last week. Do they look like they're doing anything different than the first time you saw them?
Not so much, no. They kind of live and die by their toss play, and they try to get their running back to the edge and try to hook our ends, and that's what they're going to try to do. And if they can do that, then we're going to be in trouble. I mean, that's one of those things that we've been keen on. So hopefully we can handle that. And they like to throw some wrinkles in. They scored a couple, I guess you can call them trick play touchdowns against Park River last week, and they kind of catch you sleeping, and they keep you honest. So that's something that we definitely have to kind of prepare for and just be aware of. So.
Seems like the playoffs are the time of the year that bring out some of those trick plays.
Yeah, it's do or die. You don't have to really worry about people seeing you on film because odds are you're not going to run it again. It's just a one and done sort of thing when you do throw those wrinkles in once in a while. So yeah, it's a time where the high school kids are their emotions are high enough and they're worried about doing their job, and they sometimes forget about the goofy things that the sport of football can offer. So. You gotta be prepared for it. That's for sure.
The exception of Levi, you guys pretty healthy?
Yeah, absolutely we are. We've been really lucky all year long. Like I said, Levi's injury was kind of a blow to the team. It was nice that we had a bye week because I think it gave us a few days to kind of catch our breaths and take a big deep breath and just kind of go, okay, I think. We got guys that can fill in. We're going to be able to overcome this, and Levi's going to do everything he can to get back on whatever field he's looking to get back to next. And we definitely had a couple days of grieving, and we're ready now. And Levi's been there every day since, and he's rooting us on, and he's kind of an assistant coach for us. So I think our mindset is really good going into this week, even after a loss like that.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll be there to help out the guys any way he can.
Yeah, absolutely. He's got a twin brother, and he's got 20 best friends on the sidelines that are right with him the whole way. So our team chemistry, I feel, is pretty good after kind of an injury incident like that.
Cal, we appreciate the time. Good luck to the Polar Bears.
You bet. Thanks for the coverage.
There you go, Coach's comments brought to you by VW Motors Incorporated in Cooperstown. Try to quickly go through some starting lineups here, as it looks like we might be kicking off before 2 o'clock, the scheduled time. Visitors, the Edgeley-Ellendale-Kulm Thunder. On defense, they go with Clayton Greenike at a DN, 6', 190-pound junior. At a linebacker is Dylan Madke, 5', 145 sophomore. Philip Hagan is at a safety, 6'1", 160 and a junior. Brennan Vance at a cornerback, 175. He's 6'3", a senior. Ryan Ost is at a cornerback, 5'11", 160 and a junior. Taylon Walks, 5'10", 195 senior to D-tackle. Nathan Peterson at a linebacker, 6'1", 185 and a junior. Weston Ellingson at a D-tackle, 6', 190-pound senior. Linebackers Luke Wirtz, 6'2", 185 and a senior. And Hunter White, 6', 165 and a senior. Lane Hansen, 6'3", 200 and a junior. Coached by John Seeley, assisted by Garrett Irie, Philip King, and Austin Flynn. We'll talk about Larimore as we go. Harry, they're kicking it off a little early.
Yep, as soon as they can go, I guess they're going. So, which is good because it seems like everybody's ready down here on the field.
So Larimore will kick to get us going. We will talk about the Larimore offense when they are on offense. So Ellendale-Edgeley-Kulm will be on offense to get us going here this afternoon. Again, Levi Hofer out of the knee injury. Got a couple of changes you heard in the coach's comments. This one's headed toward the sidelines, and it stays in. Now it bounces out of play, so it's an illegal procedure penalty.
Yeah, it was hard to tell exactly if he was trying to kick it as far as he could, or if they were kind of trying to do some kind of a go and get it kind of play, because it was kicked high in the air. But
so will be Ellendale-Edgeley-Kulm on offense to get us going here. Jake Dewald is their quarterback.
It'll be interesting to see what they come out in. A lot of times they like to keep it pretty tight in the backfield.
Watch for Clayton Greenike. He is the running back to watch for here as they go I formation. Rolling out right side, looking. Short pass. Greenike has it at the 39. He's out to the 45. Cuts left midfield. And he's going to be brought down from behind at about the 45-yard line. As they start at the 35, they get across to the 45. Looks to be about a 20-yard pickup by Greenike.
Pretty big stop that time by Bryce Moan, and that could be a potential touchdown-saving tackle by Moan.
A 21-yard reception by Greenike.
Larimore was definitely looking to run that time, and they did a nice job playing off of that and with the screen pass.
So first down for Ellendale-Edgeley-Kulm. They're at the Larimore 44. Handoff. Greenike left side, cuts back to the right side. And the Polar Bears are going to be able to stop him at about the 42-yard line.
You know, on the stop that time, you had Clayton Schlett and Brody Wagner doing a nice job, and the defensive line of Larimore won the battle that time.
In about 2 yards for Clayton Greenike. Greenike is at the tailback spot. He's a junior. Fullback is Nathan Peterson. Dewald is the quarterback. 4 receivers, 3 to the left side. They're going to go screen passes deflected, and it'll be an incomplete pass. I believe Bryce Moan tipped it.
Yeah, nice job that time by Moan. You can tell the Thunder are coming out really trying to stretch this defense as much as they can, you know, trying to throw the screen passes and open up those running plays.
Thanks to all of our Larimore sponsors for bringing Larimore Polar Bear football on the air today on KMSR, and to our sponsors covering all 3 of our matchups today. Thompson game going on right now on KMAV, and Hillsborough Central Valley has a 5 o'clock kickoff on KMAV. 3rd down and 8. Go receiver left side. They go to the wing in motion. Hand off to the right side. To about the 39-yard line is Cole Goring.
Yeah, nice job defensively again by Larimore. Elijah Holter and Royce Verkeelen both did a nice job out of their linebacker spots that time.
4th and 4. Thunder have it at the Larimore 39-yard line.
It looks like they're going to not punt the ball. It looks like they're going to go for it here, Craig.
Not a shocker, really.
No, it's no man's land. I mean, you don't really win either way here.
Good breeze from right to left if you're EEK. They are going to call an early timeout here. So timeout on the field. No score. Thunder with the football. They'll have a 4th down play coming up. 10:04 to go first quarter. Timeout's brought to you by Viking Insurance and Realty in Mayville. So timeout called by Ellendale-Edgeley-Kulm. Big play here early on. It's a 4th and 4 for the Thunder at the Larimore 39-yard line.
I'm looking for a toss play here.
Man in motion left to right. Dewald back to throw. He's going to go right side. It's caught at the 22 and pushed out of bounds at the 20-yard line. Is the tight end, Luke Wirtz.
Yeah, give credit to Dewald. He did a nice job rolling out strong and finding his man, but that was a good, strong throw with the wind on his side.
And they're going to have the football at the 18-yard line.
And that's one thing we've talked about with both of these teams, Craig. They have the ability to pass the football.
Dewald's completed 2 21-yard passes. Hand off, Greenike. Runs into his own man, and then he's stuffed by Larimore.
The linebackers of Larimore are doing a great job. That time it was Brody Wagner and Monty Hendrickson doing a nice job just filling the hole in the middle. And so far the defensive line have done a great job of keeping the linemen of the Thunder from getting to that next level.
Well, at the 17, it was a 1-yard gain for Greenike on the run. It'll be 2nd and 9 here for the Thunder. Receiver each way. Play action. Pass left side toward the end zone. It is caught for a touchdown. That is Hunter White, the wide receiver. And it's a 17-yard touchdown. EEK takes the lead, 6-0 with 9:16 to go first quarter. Your thoughts, Harry?
Do you know what the difference of that play is? To me, it was a great play-action fake. It looked like he handed the ball off. He did a great job faking, did Dewald, and he found his man in the end zone. But it all started with that play-action fake.
Dewald's 3 for 4 passing, 59 yards. They'll try to kick it here. There's the hole. The kick is up. And the left foot of Cole Goring is good. 7-0. Ellendale-Edgeley-Kulm leads Larimore. 9:16 to go in quarter one. VW Motors scoreboard. 9:16 to go in the first quarter. Ellendale-Edgeley-Kulm gets on the board. They lead 7-0. They complete a 65-yard drive capped off on a 17-yard Dewald to White pass play. And Cole Goring with the kick.
To me, if you're Larimore, you're looking for a big return here. Nothing says momentum like a nice kick return.
3 first downs on that drive. And over and kick goes off the hand, trying to handle it, and then out of bounds with it was Eli Holter.
Kick is down at about the 11-yard line where the Polar Bears will take over.
I'll tell you what, as I talked about before the game, the Thunder seem really focused, and they're keeping that focus and intensity here so far in the start.
A score update from Thompson. They're up 8-0 over Napoleon Gackle Streeter. That game's on 105.5.
Thompson's one of those teams you don't want to blink or go to the refrigerator because they're probably going to score by the time you get back.
Larimore's going to start at their own 11-yard line, so they are deep in their own territory. Jacob Tupa, the quarterback, fires left side, intended for Holter, and it's incomplete.
You know, a nice look. He had a guy open, just a little bit high, but, I think the pass is going to be available here for Larimore.
Jacob Tupa, the quarterback, he's a senior. Larimore, very senior-laden. Eli Holter at a wide receiver. Caleb Hofer at a tight end today. Also the tight end is Clayton Schlett. Again, Levi Hofer is out. 2nd down. Shotgun play. They'll hand it off. They're not getting a whole lot on this carry. Royce Verkeelen with the run.
Yeah, the linebackers that time. That was Hunter White. Did a nice job from his cornerback position, as did Luke Wirtz from his linebacker position. Wirtz is a big guy. Goes 6'3", 185 pounds.
Gain of about 2 yards there for Verkeelen. Verkeelen and Hendrickson are the running backs for Larimore. Shotgun set, low snap, back to throw. Still looking. Pass left side, a deep ball. It's caught out of bounds by Eli Holter.
Nice ball, nice catch. Just a little bit out of bounds, but I'll tell you what, Larimore showed right there that they can throw the football, and Eli Holter is one of the best receivers in the state.
Yeah, they had the right idea there, Harry. Just not enough room. Be 4th down, and they're going to have to punt. There's the snap, and Holter gets rid of it. This isn't going to get too far, though. It's going to be out at about the 31 or 32. So that really only nets them close to 20, maybe 18 yards, I would say.
This is new territory for Larimore. They haven't been in this type of position very often this season. Down 7-0, and to be honest, so far nothing's going their way. So the Polar Bears are going to look for a big stop here.
So Ellendale-Edgeley-Kulm on offense. They are in Larimore territory at the 30-yard line. 8:13 to go first quarter. The Thunder have a 7-0 lead. They'll hand off right side. Peterson to the 25, pushes his way to about the 23, and was brought down by Hendrickson and Keelan.
I'm going to make a little bit of a wild prediction here, Craig. I wouldn't be surprised to see a trick play. It's second and short, so if you don't get it, you have third and very manageable. So I look for some kind of a toss pass or maybe a double reverse here from Edgeley-Ellendale-Kulm.
Well, I always enjoy your prognostication, that's for sure. Here we go on 2nd and 4. We go right side. Greenike takes off 20, he's down to the 15, pushes his way to the 10, and he's out of bounds. First down for Ellendale-Edgeley-Kulm.
Nice toss that time. Greenike is a strong runner, but he did a nice job being patient that time, waiting for the lead blocking, and nice job that time by the Thunder offensive line.
Gain of 17 by Greenike. 4th first down for EEK. Got a 1st and goal here for the Thunder and a 7-0 lead for the Thunder. 7:33 to go in quarter number 1. Full house backfield. Pitch back. Greenike trying to push his way. Breaks free. And he is going to get wrapped up. Royce Verkeelen was the lead tackler.
That's what Larimore does best, gang tackling, and leading it, what, like you said, was Royce Verkeelen, and Brody Wagner also was on the stop. But they're very good when they can have everybody get on that tackle. So a nice stop that time by Larimore.
No gain. Greenike's 4th carry. 20 yards is what he has right now. So it'll be 2nd and goal for the Thunder. Thunder wearing white. Larimore black today. Dewald under center. Back to throw. He's going to fire left side. And incomplete. There was a bit of a push from the offensive man there, but no call. Hunter White is the intended receiver.
And really nice job that time on the coverage. He batted that ball away for Larimore. It looked like number 30 to me, Carson Thorsel.
So it's 3rd and goal for Ellendale-Edgeley-Kulm. We will bring you more score updates as we get them.
Excuse me, that was Ethan Moore, a sophomore, 5'9", 140 pounds.
Pitched out left side. Greenike breaks free. And he dives toward the end zone. Is he in? No, they're going to say he's down inside the 1. Greenike almost got stopped about 4 or 5 yards from the end zone. He broke free and gets down inside the 1.
Which is actually interesting because if he didn't get so many yards, they might go for a field goal.
Quick play here. Handed off. Greenike stopped. Now he pushed his way and he's in. He was stopped at first. And he bounced off the would-be tackler and made his way in on the right side for a touchdown to make it 13-0 Ellendale-Edgeley-Kulm.
One of the things when I watched Edgeley-Ellendale-Kulm on film last week, the one thing that I thought of is they're so balanced. They can throw the ball, they can run the ball, and that time it was just Greenike showing his power.
Kick is up, and the kick is good. 14-0. Ellendale-Edgeley-Kulm leads Larimore with 6:16 to go first quarter. VW Motors scoreboard. 14-0 now our score. Ellendale-Edgeley-Kulm 30-yard drive. They get a 1-yard touchdown run from Clayton Greenike, and then Cole Gehring with the kick. 6:16 to go first quarter. It's 14-0 Thunder.
The Polar Bears looking for a big return here, Craig.
Gehring, line drive kick, taken at the 14. Holter across the 20, 25 as he goes left, cuts to his right, out to the 35, and to the 40-yard line. Ask and you shall receive.
Exactly what the doctor ordered that time, and Holter showed what kind of a shifty runner he is as he followed the blocking and did a nice job.
Larimore's at the 41-yard line. So the Polar Bears will be here on offense. They punted on their first drive. They were deep in their own territory to start that one. And off straight ahead, kind of push to get to the 42, maybe the 43-yard line. Eli Holter they went to that time.
Nathan Peterson on the stop that time for the Thunder. And this is probably one of the first times this season that Larimore's been having a hard time winning that battle on the offensive line. Defensive line doing a great job for Ellendale-Edgeley-Kulm.
Called a gain of about 2. Second and long 8 for Larimore from the shotgun. Tupa hands off. They'll go right side out to midfield and then brought down. This is going to be close to a first down run.
They're going to give it to him.
Again, they went to Eli Holter. And he picks up 9 yards. That's Larimore's first down.
You know, once they have that success on the ground, that's when they're going to have an opportunity to try to go back to the air.
Ball is at the Thunder 48-yard line. Inside handoff. Holter. And he's going to get pushed back. Forward progress is going to get him back to the 48-yard line, so it's going to be no gain. In fact, they might even give him a half a yard. Now it's no gain.
You know, there's pretty decent size, but more than anything, you can just see there's some good strength in that defensive line for the Thunder. You know, like a guy like Kalen Walks, 5'10", 200 pounds. He's just a real strong kid in there for Edgeley-Ellendale-Kulm.
Second and about 10 from the shotgun. Low snap. Tupa looking. Pass left side. Got him at 35 out to the 30-yard line. Bryce Moan with the catch in the first down.
Bryce Moan brought down by Philip Hagan.
I was watching the Polar Bears warm up, and that was a route that they ran with Moan consistently time and time again, and now you see it working in the game.
We'll mark it at the 27, so it's a gain of 21. First pass completion, Jacob Tupa finding Bryce Moan. Second first down for Larimore. Off the Thunder 27-yard line, again from the shotgun. Tupa hands off. Hendrickson pushing. Digs his way across the 25. Going to get about 3 yards.
You know, if you can get 3-4 yards a carry, you're going to be in pretty good shape, and I think that's what Larimore's looking to establish right now with their run game.
3:51 to go first quarter. Larimore trails 14-0.
I've noticed Edgeley-Ellendale-Kulm has been actually rotating quite a bit on their defensive line, trying to keep the man fresh. And if you look, they have a pretty big roster.
Set up receiver right side. On the shotgun, Tupa looking. He'll fire it right side, and it's incomplete. Holter hadn't yet turned around for it. And the ball went behind him.
That was a nice ball by Tupa. Just either miscommunication or just wasn't quite ready was the receiver a Holter, but a nice ball nonetheless.
It's going to make it 3rd and 7. Ball's at the EEK 24-yard line. I went down to Ellendale a few years back, watched them play Hillsborough Central Valley, and at that time EEK was still in rebuilding mode, but they have really turned things around.
Yeah, that's a case of, you know, taking your lumps but getting better while doing so.
Hand off left side, looking for Keelan. He's spun around, keeps digging, and he's going to get it to, well, he's still going. He's going to get almost down to the 15. I thought he was going to be stopped dead at the 20. And Verkeelen just kind of kept spinning.
Oh, no. Clayton Greenick is down for Edgeley-Ellendale-Kulm here at about the 30-yard line.
Oh, that's huge right there. They do not want to lose Greenick. You don't want to lose anybody, but Greenick is a key member, obviously, of that squad.
And he's in some pain, Craig.
Yes, he is. Ball is at the 16-yard line, so it's going to be about an 8-yard carry for Verkeelen. We've got an injury timeout. Larimore trailing 14-0, 3:19 to go here in quarter number 1. We'll be right back. Well, Greenick able to get off the field, looked like under his own power. Larimore's got it here, first down. At the 16, Tupa's going to fire it right side for Holfer. He's caught it, and he is in for a touchdown. 16 yards. 3:06 to go first quarter. Ellendale-Edgeley-Kulm 14, Larimore 6.
Yeah, it's crazy how quickly a football game the momentum can change. And man, with 2 plays, this game is completely turned around.
So Tupa finds Caleb Holfer. Larimore is on the board. They're going to go for the extra point kick. There's the snap. The kick is up. And the kick is good by Caleb Holfer.
3:06 remaining in the first quarter.
3:06 to go here in the first quarter. It's 14-7. Ellendale-Edgeley-Kulm leads Larimore here in the first quarter. Well, the kickoff after this. Here's the kick by the Polar Bears. High end over end kick. Caught the 15 up to the 20, 25. Weaving into about the 27-yard line is Dylan Madke. Well, Larimore got the drive that they were looking for. It was a 59-yard drive capped off by 16-yard Jacob Tupa to Caleb Holfer pass completion. Then Caleb Holfer kicks the extra point.
It'll be interesting to see how Edgeley-Ellendale-Kulm responds here. And they scored on their first 2 drives of the game.
Obviously, without Clayton Greenike, they're a different team. They set up Cole Gehring in the backfield in that tailback spot. Rolling out, not much time, and it's incomplete, intended for Peterson. Boy, the pressure was on there from Monty Hendrickson.
Hendrickson did a great job, and good coverage that time by Jacob Tupa. So really nice pressure that time by the defensive line for Larimore.
Dewald's had some passing success today. He's 3 for 6 for 59 yards and a touchdown.
You know, what's going to be interesting is it might be tougher to have success on the play action without Greenock in the game.
It could be a big storyline. 2:57 to go first quarter. Larimore down a touchdown. Thunder on offense. I formation. Pitch back. Trying to push his way through is Gehring on the left side. And he is going to be stopped.
Gehring on the carry. Brought down by
Royce Verkeelen and Caleb Hofer doing a nice job that time defensively for Larimore. And it just seems like a different offense right now for the Thunder.
Looks like they got about a yard.
They might have to start relying a little bit more on their throwing, so we'll see what kind of impact that makes.
3rd and 9 here. They're going to spread it out here. 3 receivers right, 1 left. Back to throw. Dewald up the middle. He's got his man. It's caught. And down to about the 48-yard line. The tight end, Luke Wirtz, his second catch.
One thing I've loved about this game so far, Craig, is both teams are using their tight ends in the passing game. And that time Wirtz did a nice job going up and getting it.
A 19-yard play. Dewald up to 78 yards through the air. He found Wirtz for the second time. He has 2 catches for 40. It's a first down for Ellendale-Edgeley-Kulm. They're 5th.
So, and Greenock is back into the game, so we'll see what kind of impact he has.
Ball at the 48. Back to throw. Deep pass right side, and it's picked off by Holter. Eli Holter catches it at about the 12-yard line. Larimore will be on offense.
And a huge momentum change right there. You know, the Thunder starting to get a little bit of momentum after that nice pass play. And Eli Holter comes up and makes a huge play for Larimore.
So Dewald throws the pick. He's 4 for 8 now, the touchdown and an interception. Larimore is going to have it at the 14-yard line with 1:48 to go in the first quarter, trailing by 7. From the shotgun. Handed off for Holter, trying to come around, turn the corner, but he's going to be wrapped up by Luke Wirtz.
The DNs for the Thunder do a nice job. They not only do they carry their weight with the offensive linemen, but they really do a nice job closing the gap to the outside.
A loss of 3 yards. Holter's 4th carry. He has 8 yards. Under 1:20 to go in the first quarter. Larimore finds themselves deep in their own territory after getting the interception. From the shotgun, 3 receivers. There's a flag thrown up the middle, and it's incomplete.
And that's something we haven't seen so far today, Craig, other than the first kick of the game.
Right.
It's been a pretty clean football game.
There was some early movement, so we'll see what the officials say here.
If it is on Larimore, do you decline it if you're the Thunder?
Legal motion there. It's declined, so third down, which makes sense because it's 3rd and 13.
You know, it'll be interesting to see what Larimore does here. You know, do they take a run to the outside? Do they go to the passing game?
3rd and 13. Larimore looks like we get set up here at about their own 11. Twins left, one right on the shotgun. Bit of a low snap. Looking is Tupa under pressure. Pass left side, incomplete. They're looking for a flag. Contact would not really indicate the interference, though.
I thought Hunter Light did a great job getting his hands on the ball. He stuck with the receiver and really did a great job batting it down.
It was intended for Monty Hendrickson that time. It's 4th down as Larimore gets set for a punt. Tupa now 2 for 6, 37 yards. And he's thrown 1 touchdown.
One interesting thing about Edgeley-Ellendale-Kulm is that they play together for football, but are opponents in basketball.
There's the snap and the punt. And it's caught at the 40. Breaking free, 35. I think he got tripped up on his own. Dylan Madke, the return man, just slipped.
Yeah, it was a really nice return, and it looked like he had some green ahead. But like you said, he just lost his footing.
Second time Larimore's had to punt. They've been deep in their own territory a couple of times.
You know, one thing we failed to mention, Craig, it did rain a little bit this morning. Not tons, but enough so everything is a little bit wet.
Looks like they've set it at the 34 of the Polar Bears as Ellendale-Edgeley-Kulm will be on offense. We approach the end of the first quarter, down to 50 seconds. We'll go right side. Greenacre's back into the 30. Spin move, 25. Break free, 20. Tripped up, and he's brought down inside the 20. First down.
On the carry, brought down by Jacob Tupa.
That stop by Tupa. That could have been a touchdown-saving stop that time, Craig.
Well, he just bounced off the tacklers a few times and just kept the legs going. Ball about the 17, so he split the distance there, going from the 34 to the 17.
Thunder obviously very happy to have their feature running back. He's a tough runner.
Definitely a game changer. So first down here for the Thunder at the Larimore 17-yard line. Get on the full house, handoff, straight ahead. Peterson breaks free, cuts to his right. He's inside the 10. He's brought down about the 5-yard line. Was brought down from behind by Clayton Schlett.
Nice little juke move that time by Peterson to get some open room.
7 first downs now for the Thunder. They're at the 5. It's a gain of 12 yards. Peterson's second carry.
Looks like they're just going to let it run out here.
We're at the end of the first quarter. VW Motors scoreboard. Ellendale-Edgeley-Kulm 14, Larimore 7. We're at the end of one quarter of play, and the score is 14-7. Ellendale-Edgeley-Kulm leads Larimore. Here's some other scores. Thompson has a 16-0 lead in the first quarter over Napoleon Gackle-Streeter. End of one quarter, Delax Burlington and Velva are scoreless. And in the first quarter, New Salem Glen Ullin leads St. John 38-6. We'll go left side here. Pushing his way to about the 2 or 3 yard line. That's a new ball carrier for EEK.
Yeah.
Taylon Walks.
Taylon Walks has been a big part of the defensive line for Edgeley-Ellendale-Kulm, and you can tell why. He's a strong kid.
Set at about the 3, so it's a 2-yard gain. It's second and goal for EEK.
Wouldn't be surprised to see a play-action pass here. Second down, short to work. They have everything tight.
Handed off, going straight ahead. And it's a touchdown. I believe that was Peterson.
It was Walks again, Craig. He did a nice job putting his head down.
So Taylon Walks again. 3 yards from Taylon Walks for the touchdown. And Ellendale-Edgeley-Kulm goes up 20-7, 11:14 to go in the first half. Got another score here. Langdon Munich leads Northern Cass 22-8 after one. Extra point kick is good. Ellendale-Edgeley-Kulm 21, Larimore 7, 11:14 to go first half. We'll have the kick after this. Again, thank you to all of our Larimore sponsors bringing you Polar Bears football here on Sports Radio 1520 KMSR. 21-7, Ellendale-Edgeley-Kulm has the lead. 3-yard walks, rushing touchdown, and Gehring with the kick. That capped off a short field 34-yard drive. Couple of short field drives for EEK thus far. Line drive kick, rolling to the 21, Holter the 25, out to the 30, 35. Gets past the man, pushed right by him, and he's across midfield and brought down at the 47.
That was Ryan Ost on the stop that time by the Thunder. Patient running by Holter again. He does a nice job on that kick return, waiting for those blocks to develop.
Very nice return by Holter out to the 48. That's where they'll mark it, the 48 of the Thunder. That's where Larimore will start the drive.
Both teams working on short field.
Shotgun set, handoff, and not a whole lot there for Royce Verkeelen.
Verkeelen on the carry, brought down by Ellington.
Nice job that time by the Thunder winning the battle up front. I look for the Polar Bears to try to get to the outside here, the edge with their speed, possibly some kind of an end-around play with Holter.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 here for the Polar Bears. Quarterback Jacob Tupa looking over the sideline, and now they're going to call a timeout. Larimore trailing here, 10:35 to go first half, 21-7 is our score. Timeout's brought to you by Viking Insurance and Realty in Mayville. Timeout called by Larimore. They're going to hand it off here on 2nd down and get maybe a yard. Ball carried again by Royce Verkeelen.
Yeah, a long way to go here for the Polar Bears. Not much going right now on the ground for Larimore, but we'll see what they do here, if they go with a play-action pass or some kind of a toss.
It'll be 3rd and 9. Polar Bears are in EEK territory just barely at the 47. Tupa looking. He'll fire it right side. He got Holter, and he's got the catch fit. 20, 15, 10, 5, and he is into the end zone. He's brought down right at the goal line. It's a touchdown for Larimore. 47 yards.
It doesn't get much prettier than that, Craig. Holter did a nice job getting that one, but a nice pass, too. Just doesn't get any nicer than that.
Big pass play right there, and Holter had plenty of room. Tupa 3 for 7 passing now. 2 of his 3 passes have gone for touchdowns. The kick by Caleb Hofer.
And that's off.
It's wide right.
Going after is no good.
9:52 to go first half, 21-13. Ellendale-Edgeley-Kulm leads Larimore, VW Motors scoreboard. There's a deep kick into the end zone for a touchback. Larimore scoring on a 48-yard drive. They got a 47-yard touchdown pass, Tupa to Holter, and then the kick failed. So it's 21-13, Ellendale-Edgeley-Kulm leading Larimore.
It's pretty interesting, Craig. Sometimes I think people think that Larimore's just a running team, and that's obviously not the case. They've shown the ability to pass the football today. As has Ellendale-Kulm. I mean, both teams have had success through the air.
Well, it's the first time I've seen Larimore since the opener with HCV, and they played great in that ballgame. Pitch back right side, Greenike, and he is going to get tangled up here. Looks to be no gain.
Brought down for no gain.
Again, the linebackers do an awesome job for Larimore filling those holes. That time it was Royce Verkeelen, and he did a good job getting through the line of defense for the Thunder.
So it is no gain for Clayton Greenike. 8 carries, 44 yards, and a touchdown. Second and 10 at the 20 for EEK, leading 21-13 over Larimore. Just over 9 minutes to go in the first half. Pass Dewald, right side, and he's got his man. It's complete on the right side. Brennan Vance, the wide receiver. He's a 6'3" senior.
You know, Jacob DeWald, he's a quarterback who's going to get some interest from colleges. I mean, 6'3", 185 pounds, throws a really nice ball for the Thunder.
He found his fourth receiver so far. He's completed 5 passes to 4 men. Brennan Vance getting the catch on that one, 11 yards and a first down. 8-4 are the first downs right now, advantage EEK. Greenike on the run, he's going to get stopped for a gain of about 3.
Great job that time by Caleb Holter, really holding his own and coming up with the tackle for Larimore.
Give him about 2 yards. 9 carries for 46 now. Thunder break out of the huddle. Ball is just shy of the 33-yard line on 2nd and 8. Receiver each way, set up in the eye. Dewald rolling out, fake. Now he'll throw it deep right side. He's got his man open, caught at the 38, and pushed out near the 30-yard line. That's another catch for Brennan Vance.
Vance did a fantastic job. It was thrown on his left shoulder. He took a step and caught it with his right shoulder. Nice job that time by Brennan Vance.
35-yard completion. Dewald is 6 for 10 passing now. 124 yards. It's another first down for Ellendale-Edgeley-Kulm, their 9th. And Vance with his second catch on the drive. He's up to 46 yards in receiving. Pitch back. Greenike left side, 30. There's a flag down at the 25.
It looked like there's actually a second flag just coming in as well. It looked like there was some holding on the left side that time.
They're
It's like there's some 2 different spots. They're trying to determine which way to go.
right. So it's holding on Ellendale-Edgeley-Kulm. So they will back it up from the spot of the foul, which is around the 30, back to near the 40.
And that was a play that had some potential. It looked like Greenork was going to get some running room. Oh, and I think both teams are hoping that their passing game can actually open up their running game a little bit more, but so far both teams having success through the air.
10-yard penalty for Ellendale-Edgeley-Kulm. First and long. In motion is Greenike. Play action, right side, pass is caught. And Peterson to about the 33, 34-yard line.
Nice play that time. A really nice play action play. And really impressed by Peterson, who showed good hands hauling that one in.
See what they gained on that, about 5 yards. So Dewald 7 for 11 passing for 129. First reception by Nathan Peterson.
I'll tell you what, the feeling on the field here, Craig, great playoff atmosphere, both crowds really into it. It's been a lot of fun.
We will get a timeout by the Thunder with 7 minutes to go in the half, 21-13. Thunder have the lead over Larimore. Timeout's brought to you by Viking Insurance and Realty in Mayville. Out of the timeout, we get a false start penalty on the Ellendale-Edgeley-Kulm. So it's second and long at the Larimore 39. A delayed handoff. Greenike 35-30 gets away from a man. 25-20, left side 15, breaks free again down to the 10, 5, and it's near the pylon. They're going to call it a touchdown. I thought he was out.
You know, I had an odd angle on it, Craig, but it looked like he was right at the pylon. I could not tell where that ball was, but it was very, very close.
Nobody had a great angle on it down there, I would think. Well, they came in, called a touchdown. I thought he was out around the 1 or 2 yard line, but it will be a touchdown here and a 39-yard run by Greenike, and he got through several attempts to try to bring him down. Chance to kick it up here. The kick is good. Gehring is 4 for 4 on extra points. 6:49 to go in the half. 28-13. Thunder with the lead of the kick after this. Thunder will kick it away. And it gets by, and it's going to be all the way down to about the 2 as it's picked up. Out to the 10, and they'll get to maybe the 13. So not what Larimore wanted there.
I have a score update. You ready, Craig?
I'm ready.
Madison, South Dakota, Mayville State University 14, number 25, Dakota State 3.
Wow.
Those comments, I'll tell you what, there's a lot of talent on that football team, and that score does not surprise me one bit.
Larimore have it at the 14-yard line. Thunder had an 80-yard drive capped out by that 39-yard run by Greenike. 28-13, Ellendale-Edgeley-Kulm. Handed off right side, Hendrickson to the 17-yard line.
The defensive line for Edgeley-Ellendale-Kulm, they are creating havoc. It's guys like Lane Hansen, Luke Wirtz. Also, the running back that we saw, Taylor Locks, he does a great job at nose guard. You know, not real tall, but he's 5'10", 200 pounds, does a nice job for the Thunder.
It's set here on second down. Handed off left side for Keelan out to about the 20, 21-yard line.
You know, for Keelan, that was a nice game that time, and that sets up Larimore for the third and manageable. He did a nice job finding the edge and getting 4 to 5 yards on the play.
I give him about 4 there to near the 21. 3rd and 3 for Larimore near the 21-yard line. Larimore trailing 28-13. Back to throw is Tupa. He'll fire it. He's got a man open. Was it caught?
Yes, it was.
Hofer makes the catch right side. It was very close, but they avoided a trap, got the hands underneath it, and it's a first down for Larimore.
That's one I actually had a pretty good angle for, Craig, and the official made the right call. Caleb Hofer did an awesome job of avoiding the trap.
The second catch totaling 24 yards. That's Larimore's 5th first down. Thunder have 10.
Larimore's very tight right now, but I look for them to try some kind of play action.
Handed off left side for Keelan. Out to the 30. He turns the corner, 35-40. And he got tripped up. He is out of play near the 45-yard line. A first down. Gain of 15.
They didn't go with the play action fake, which isn't surprising because I haven't predicted one play right today. But what they did do is they kept it very tight and went outside with for Keelan, and he did a nice job finding that edge.
5:05 to go second quarter, 28-13. Ellendale-Edgeley-Kulm leads Larimore. Larimore with the ball at the 44 on 1st and 10. Handed off for Monty Hendrickson, trying to push his way. Still tangled up for no gain. Actually, I thought he had about a yard gain there, but the officials now have marked it at the 44.
Yeah, there has not been much in the inside here for Larimore. Most of their success on the rushing game has been to the outside.
So we'll be second down here and 10. No gain on the play by Hendrickson on the run.
You know, potential passing down here for the Polar Bears.
Ball's at their own 44-yard line. 3 receivers rather. And they will stop things here. Yep, timeout just ahead of the snap. Larimore calls a timeout. They trail by 15, 4:14 to go first half. Timeout's brought to you by Viking Insurance and Realty in Mayville. Out of the timeout, Larimore gets an incomplete pass as Tupou is trying to find Caleb Hofer. Got a note here, Harry. Mayville State has been outgained by almost 100 yards, but they have had some fortune today with 3 lost fumbles by Dakota State.
And I do have an update. It's 14-10.
Well, thank you.
You bet. That time, just overshot Hofer, the intended receiver.
Back to throw on 3rd down. Deep pass, incomplete, and it's going to be pass interference on the offense, on the defense rather.
There's 2 flags. I believe it'll be on the defense, but there was some a lot of hands going both ways.
Well, the officials will have a word about it, but it looked like the defender was the one who caused it. Yep. 15-yard penalty. First down for Larimore. That is their 7th.
Yeah, I think that's a good call, Craig. And that really sets them up in good position here for Larimore.
So it's first down for Larimore. They trail by 15. We're in the second quarter, 4:07 to go. Ball near the 40-yard line of the Thunder. Man in motion. They're going to hand it off to the right side, try stiff arm, but they're going to get stuffed on the play as it was handed off for Clayton Schlett.
I like the play call. It was a counter to Schlett, nice play call, but Ellendale-Edgeley-Kulm's defensive line has been so consistent today. And what they do is they put a lot of their speed and strength, not necessarily their size, in the middle of that line, and they've been doing a nice job.
A loss of 2. Ball at the 42 of the Thunder. 2nd and 12 for Larimore. Receiver each way. Shotgun. Actually 2 receivers right. Back to throw. Looking. Tupa. He'll fire right side. And another catch just barely above the ground by Caleb Hofer. He's able to come back and just get the hands underneath for a first down.
Yeah, there was good coverage that time too, but Hofer, instead, I like to say he went up and got it. He went down and got that one. Really nice job. Good focus by Hofer.
Jacob Tupa's now thrown for 104 yards. Caleb Hofer catches his 3rd pass, totaling 36. It's first down number 8 for Larimore. Handoff right side. Holter, 20, 15, and still getting pushed around as he's down to about the 13-yard line.
Score update at halftime. Hankinson leading Bismarck-Shiloh Christian 8-6.
So first down here to the 13. We'll call it about a 15-yard gain on the run by Holter.
Larimore really keeping it tight here.
Inside handoff left side. Taking off, breaking free, and Verkeelen's going to be in from 13 yards for a touchdown.
It was the counter play again that Larimore ran. Nice job. I really like that counter trap, and the offensive line really held their ground that time for the Polar Bears.
2:43 to go before halftime, and it's now 28-19. Larimore trailing by 9.
This one's interesting. Oh, we'll see. It's the swinging gate. We'll see if they end up doing it.
I'll go to Verkeelen, left side, as he is in for a 2-point conversion. That's big right there. If that makes it a one-possession ball game, they don't come up with that.
I was going to say that's a risky call, but holy moly.
But it works out. 28-21. Ellendale-Edgeley-Kulm the lead. 2:43 to go first half. We're back with a kick after this. So Larimore scores. That time it was an 86-yard drive.
And to me, that was by far the best drive of the game. It was not just big plays, but man, it was first down after first down after first down.
Touchdown came on a 13-yard run by Royce Verkeelen. Verkeelen also ran in for 2. Larimore trails by 7. 2:43 to go in the half. Deep kick. It's in the end zone for a touchback. Thunder will be at the 20 for the second straight drive.
Larimore's doing a great job offensively. Now the question is, what can they do to stop that Thunder offense? Ellendale-Edgeley-Kulm has had a very balanced offensive attack, as has Larimore. So they're going to try to shut down that pass first, where Thunder have had a lot of their success.
Some scores. Thompson up 32-0 late first half. That's on KMAV right now. Bishop Ryan leads Hazen 28-0 at halftime. Velva Sawyer leads the Lax Burlington 8-6 at the half. Under center is DeWald. Pitch back. Right side to about the 25, not quite the 25, the run by Gehring.
I was just thinking, Craig, one thing that to me has really made this game special is that I don't think we've maybe had one turnover. We've had one turnover, but man, it's been a clean game. Not too many turnovers, not too many penalties. Knock on wood.
Don't jinx it now. We get set on 2nd down and 5. Pitch back. They're going to go Gehring again. He's got a lead blocker here, 25-30. Wrapped up at about the 33-yard line. It's a first down.
Nice stop that time by Tupa. You know, he did a nice job coming up from his safety position and wrapping up. But too much damage already done as Gehring gets the first down.
First down, number 11. Ball about the 33-yard line, gain of 8. Gehring's fourth carry, totaling 17 yards. Under center, man in motion. Hand off, Gehring breaks free, backs his way across the 40 through a Larimore pile.
The time is really winding down here, Craig. What's the timeout situation look like?
I believe both teams have one.
So that could come down as we're at about 1:30 and counting. And there's quite a long ways to go for the Thunder.
Gain of nearly 8 for Ellendale-Edgeley-Kulm. Set up in the eye. Pitch back. Again, they go with Gehring, and he is brought down for a loss of a yard.
So it appears the Thunder might be playing it safe and just going to take that lead into the halftime break, but we'll see what happens.
46 seconds to go in the half. They do have the lead, but right now they might be playing a little bit conservative.
Especially with the success they've had through the air, you know. You'd think you might take a couple shots, but we'll see what they do here.
Could be a big play right here for both teams. 3rd down and 4, and we will get a timeout. Larimore will call the timeout with 29.4 to go in the half. Out of the timeout by Larimore, a flag here on Ellendale-Edgeley-Kulm. Pass is incomplete, but there is a flag.
It looked like it was illegal motion possibly on the Thunder.
That was my guess. Officials still talking across the field there with Larimore coaching staff. Penalty is declined on EEK, so that makes it 4th down. So they get set to punt here. Not a lot of time left. 24.9 in the half. Larimore trailing by 7. So they will get sent to punt here to the Polar Bears.
Dropping back is going to be Royce Verkeelen for the Polar Bears.
There's the punt. Wobbly ball hits the 37. Be down at the 38 by the Thunder with 20 seconds to go in the half. That's the first time that the Thunder have punted.
Yeah, we'll see how it ends up playing out. It's kind of an interesting choice there. It didn't seem like there was much urgency, and it seemed like they could drive the ball if they wanted to on that last drive.
And Larimore will be at the 38-yard line. Got a halftime score, our game on KMAV, Thompson 40, Napoleon Gackle Streeter nothing. Also Langdon Munich at the half leads 28-8 over Northern Cass. See what other scores we get. North Prairie up 24-0 on Kenmare. Late second quarter. Back to throw. Pass complete right side and quickly out of bounds is Royce Verkeelen.
Nice quick hitter play that time out of the backfield. Verkeelen has good quickness and nice hands, so he did a nice job pulling that one in.
It's a 7-yard completion. Tupa is now 6 for 11 for 111 yards.
We're seeing two good high school quarterbacks here today, Craig.
Yeah, it's been very impressed. Both these teams. Shotgun set on second down. Back to throws Tupa. Fires a deep ball right side, and it's incomplete. Overthrown intended for Hofer with 12 seconds to go.
They really like that tight end post pattern to Hofer. It was, again, possibly open, but just a little overshot that time.
So now it will be 3rd down and 3 for Larimore. Ball is at the 45-yard line. Twelve seconds to go in the half. Larimore down a touchdown. Handed off. Hendrickson, midfield, 45, 40, breaks free, 35, 30. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 30-yard line. They're going to have time to set the football down. They need to spike the ball with 4.6 to go. Clock will start once the official brings the football over.
They're waiting on the chain gang here.
That's to Larimore's advantage. Ball about the 27, we'll call it. There they'll spike it. 2.3 to go.
So we're either going to see a 45-yard field goal or they're going to take a Hail Mary shot. I guess the latter, huh, Craig?
Definitely, Harry, definitely. Looks to be about that last run. I've got it for 27. That's what I came up with.
What a huge play that time by Hendrickson. Just a tough runner, bowling guys over.
Yeah, the first downs are now even for these two teams. Much different story earlier. Could be the final play of the half. 2 seconds to go. From the 28, back to throws Tupa. Breaks free from one man. He's going to be brought down for a sack, and that's the half.
That was Ellingson on the sack for the Thunder.
That's going to bring them back to the, I'm going to say about the 37. So that's a loss of 9 on the quarterback sack. And that will end the first half. So our halftime score on the VW Motors Incorporated of Cooperstown scoreboard, Ellendale-Edgeley-Kulm 28, Larimore 21. Halftime report is next on Sports Radio 1520 KMSR Mayville. All right, we're back here in Larimore. Our halftime score is Ellendale-Edgeley-Kulm 28, Larimore 21. And our halftime report on KMSR is brought to you by Mayport Insurance and Realty. See them for all types of insurance coverage or for your real estate needs, Mayport Insurance and Realty. And let's go through the scoring summary first off here. Ellendale-Edgeley-Kulm would score on a 65-yard drive. They get a touchdown pass completion from D-Wall to White, 17 yards. And the extra point kicked up and in by Cole Gehring made it 7-0 Ellendale-Edgeley-Kulm. Thunder would score again, this time short field after a Larimore punt, 30-yard drive, 1-yard touchdown run for Greenike. Clayton Greenike with the 1-yard touchdown run, and then Gehring kicks it again. 14-0 Ellendale-Edgeley-Kulm near the halfway point of the first quarter. Larimore would get on the board on their second drive. It was a 59-yard drive. Jacob Tupa finds Caleb Hofer from 16 yards for the score. Hofer would kick up the extra point, 14-7. Thunder with the lead at 3:06 to go first quarter. And then Ellendale-Edgeley-Kulm would score a couple of drives later. They turned it over on a pick. Eli Holter came up with the interception. But on the next drive, Ellendale-Edgeley-Kulm would come up with a touchdown of 34 yards on the drive, 3-yard touchdown run. And that was run by Taylon Walks. Gehring kicked the extra point, made it 21-7, Ellendale-Edgeley-Kulm. That came with 11:14 to go in the first half. Larimore would score on a 48-yard drive. They get a 47-yard touchdown completion from Tupa to Eli Holter. The kick failed. It was 21-13 at that point. Thunder would score with a drive of 80 yards. Clayton Greenike ran it from 39 for the score. Gehring kicked the extra point. He's 4 for 4 in the game on extra points. 28-13 Thunder at that point. Larimore would then score on an 86-yard drive to get a touchdown run from Royce Verkeelen from 13 yards. Verkeelen ran it in for 2 as well. That made it 28-21 Thunder with 2:43 to go in the half. That is our halftime score. It's 28-21. Ellendale-Edgeley-Kulm leads Larimore. This is the Mayport Insurance and Realty halftime report. We'll come back with some numbers after this. Welcome back to Larimore as our halftime score is Ellendale-Edgeley-Kulm 28, Larimore 21. This is the Mayport Insurance and Realty halftime report on KMSR, Mayville, Portland, 1520 on your dial, Sports Radio 1520. Also available on your mobile device through the TuneIn app, search KMSR. Glad you could join us this afternoon. Thanks to all of our sponsors, both Larimore sponsors, Larimore area sponsors from up around here, and also our sponsors of all of our games in postseason play, as we're also following the Thompson Tommies and the Hillsborough Central Valley Boroughs. So thanks to all of our sponsors. Take a look at some more numbers here on our halftime report. Let's see, rushing stats for Larimore. Unofficially, Monty Hendrickson, 4 carries, 33 yards. Royce Verkeelen had 7 carries, 43 yards and a touchdown. Eli Holter, 5 carries, 23 yards. Clayton Schlett had 1 carry for a -2. And the quarterback, Jacob Tupa, was sacked to end the first half, a loss of 9. Passing for Larimore, Jacob Tupa, 6 for 13 for 111 yards, 2 touchdowns through the air. He found Eli Holter once for a 47-yard touchdown. Caleb Hofer with 3 receptions, 36 yards, including a 16-yard touchdown. Bryce Moan caught a pass for 21 and a 7-yard reception for Royce Verkeelen. For Ellendale-Edgeley-Kulm, Clayton Greenike, 11 carries, 88 yards, 2 touchdowns on the ground. Nathan Peterson, 2 carries, 18 yards. Cole Gehring had 6 carries for 24, and Talon Walks, 2 carries, 5 yards, including a touchdown. Passing for the Thunder, Jacob Dewald, 7 for 12, 129 yards, 1 touchdown, and 1 interception. Receiving was spread out amongst 5 players. Clayton Greenike caught 1 pass, and that totaled 21 yards. Luke Wirtz, 2 catches, 40 yards. Hunter White had a 17-yard reception. That went for a touchdown. Nathan Peterson caught 1 pass for 5 yards. And Brennan Vance, 2 catches for 46 yards. So the team numbers here, Harry, at halftime, that's what I have. For Larimore, they ran the ball for 88 yards, passed for 111 for a total offense of 199. And for Ellendale-Edgeley-Kulm, ran for 135, passed for 129, total offense of 264. So thoughts on that, Harry?
You know, it's been an even football game. And it's interesting because that first quarter, there was no doubt about it. It was Ellendale-Kulm had the momentum. And that second quarter, to me, Larimore really started to grab that momentum. So it's been an interesting half here, really exciting half. I'll make a bold prediction here in the second half, Greg. My bold prediction is we're going to have, I would say, our points cut by about half. I think both coaches do a really nice job, and they're going to make the proper adjustments defensively. And I think it's going to be a close, defensive-minded second half.
So not as many points will be scored in the second half. We did see quite a bit here, 49 combined points in the first half of play.
You bet. It's been all offense so far, but I think it's going to be more of a defensive-minded second half.
Well, very good. Halftime report brought to you by Mayport Insurance and Realty. We're going to take a break here from Larimore as the Polar Bears trail by a touchdown. It's 28-21 here at halftime. Got some more scores here, Harry. How about this one? Hankinson leading Shiloh Christian 8-6 at halftime. I want to hear your thoughts on that.
Well, I'd mentioned that earlier, Craig. To me, you know, maybe a little bit of a surprise, but, you know, I think anything can happen in the second half. Shiloh Christian was down by 2 touchdowns last week at half.
We'll get ready here for the kickoff. Larimore will receive.
Yeah, that could be a big factor here. Larimore gets that ball first.
Ball bounces around, picked up in the 19 by Holter. He's up to 25, 30. Breaks free, 35. It'll be wrapped up there. Nice return.
You know, in the second quarter, Larimore started to get some really nice field position, and that was thanks to good kick returns.
So Larimore on offense, a touchdown and an extra point would give them a tie here. We're just underway in the third quarter. Get set up at about the 36-yard line. They'll go from the shotgun. Man in motion is Holter. Pitch goes to Verkeelen, right side. He'll push his way to the 40. He's brought down to 41. Gain of 5.
I love the call. To me, that's Larimore football. You know, it's hard-nosed. It was a pitch. They did a good job of using the motion to the other side with the wide receiver, and Verkeelen followed his blocks. Nice play to start the second half for Larimore.
So it's a gain of 5 yards, 2nd and 5 at the 41.
Polar Bears coming out pretty tight right now. They're in shotgun, but everybody else is very tight.
Inside handoff, Holter looks around for room, goes to 45, pushes his way to midfield. First down for the Polar Bears.
To me, that counter play is one of the most underrated and underappreciated plays in football. And that time they kept it very tight, made it look like it was going to be a toss to the other side, just like the play before, and they used that counter. Great job that time by the Larimore play callers.
Ball's at midfield. It's a gain of 9 yards. Handed off for Verkeelen. There's a flag. He's going to be stopped for a gain of a yard. Again, there's a flag at midfield.
Yeah, it's hard to tell. I mean, Larimore is keeping it pretty tight up the middle, so it's hard to tell, but it looks like it might be a holding on the Polar Bears.
That seems to be the initial indication. So that will back up the Larimore Polar Bears to about the 40-yard line. Well, it'll actually set the 39, so the hold happened about a yard behind the line of scrimmage.
You know, that's tough for Larimore because they were having a lot of success running the football. And, you know, it's 1st and 20 here. And they're going to look, I think they're going to keep with that run. That's going to be their bread and butter.
Ball's at the 39-yard line. It's 1st and 21 for Larimore as they trail by 7. Early in the third quarter, 10:35 to go. Tupa looking, fires it right side. He's got Verkeelen, 40, 45, midfield. Got a lead blocker, 45, 40, 35, 30. He's on the sideline. He's on the 20, 15, 10. He gets tripped up and he's in for a touchdown. And a nice lead block, Harry. That was a huge play.
Craig, I've always believed that to get a lot of yards out of passing, you don't need to throw it a long ways. That was a screen pass, but it was set up by great blocking and some misdirection on the play fake. What a great play call by Larimore, and they're looking to tie this game up right now.
61-yard play, and Hendrickson had the block that led to him going down the sideline. The kick is up. It's good. We're tied. 28 off. 10:22 to go third quarter. VW Motors scoreboard. Nice drive for Larimore to get us going in the second half. It goes for 64 yards and it's capped off on a 61-yard screen pass. So it was pretty much all the yards were after the catch. And Royce Verkeelen with the 61-yard reception from Jacob Tupa. Tupa, by the way, now 7 for 14 passing, 172 yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. Larimore is tied it at 28.
Yeah, some great play calls that time by Larimore. You know, kind of going back to what they do. It's starting with the run, and then they went to the screen pass. Great work.
End over end kick, and it's caught at the 3. Brought out to the 15, 20, and wrapped up just beyond the 20-yard line was the return man, Dylan Madkey.
I'm really interested to see what Ellendale-Edgeley-Kulm brings into the second half. They were able to punch Larimore in the mouth early in the game, but now Larimore definitely has the momentum on their side.
Well, Larimore was down at 1 point, 21-7. We're now knotted up at 28. Thunder will line up here. Looks to be about the 21. That's where they will start. Pitch to Greenike, left side, sidesteps a man, spins, and he's dropped at the 25.
A big part of that time was Bryce Moan did a great job kind of making Greenike go into the side. He wanted to bounce that out to the right side, but he had to keep it in the middle because of Bryce Moan. Nice job defensively.
Go for a gain of 3 yards for Greenike. They actually started the drive at the 22. There's 25, 3-yard gain. He's up to 91 yards. That's his 12th carry. Larimore is tied with the Thunder at 28, 9:39 to go third quarter. Playoff football on KMSR. Handoff left side. Greenike trying to push his way. He's going to get stopped here for maybe a 1-yard gain.
To me, that's the definition of gang tackling. Brody Wagner was probably the main one in there, but nice job all around that time by the Larimore defense.
Gain of 1 to the 26-yard line. Greenike 92 yards, 13 carries. Larimore fans getting excited here. It's 3rd and a long 6. Larimore trying to make a stop.
Yeah, you can tell Larimore's really trying to keep going off that momentum.
Set up in the eye. Rolling out is D-Wall. Pass left side. It's caught for a first down and then pushed out of bounds is Lane Hansen.
That's an absolute gorgeous play. I love the pass route. I mean, it was about a 10-yard route that time by the tight end. And like I said before, both teams really utilizing short routes by the tight end. And beautiful pass again.
That time a different tight end. First catch for Lane Hansen. And it goes for 15 yards. 144 for Jacob Dewald on 8 for 13 passing. He's got 1 touchdown and 1 interception.
He's a nice-looking quarterback, man. Both of these quarterbacks have thrown very well today.
High formation, handed off Greenike. Trying to push his way, but several Polar Bears in on the stop. He might have got 3 to the 43. Actually be a 2-yard gain.
You know, they attempted the counter that time, but Larimore did such a nice job with their initial push. It was the efforts of guys like Caleb Hofer and Bryce Moan that really made gave no running room for the Thunder.
Well, it's 43, 2nd and 8 for Ellendale-Edgeley-Kulm. This time they're going to go shotgun. In motion is Greenike. Pitch goes to Greenike, right side. Gets across the 45, and he'll get pushed back. Forward progress to about the 47. Gain of 4.
Right now, the Thunder are really fighting for every single yard they're getting. In that first quarter, it seemed like they could run at will, and the Larimore defense is really putting the clamps down here.
It'll be 3rd down and 4. Ball is at about the 47.
You know, the thing that both of these teams have done have made it almost unpredictable. They've been able to run and pass the ball, so there's so many different things that they can do.
And are we going to have a timeout? That appears to be the case. Timeout by the Thunder. With 7:16 to go in the third quarter, Larimore is tied with Ellendale-Edgeley-Kulm at 28. Tupa's going to get a pick on the play out of the timeout, and he'll run out of bounds. Jacob Tupa with the interception on 3rd and 4, and a nice return, Harry.
Yeah, what a great job. Tupa did a nice job. Peterson, the tight end, tried to get a hand on it for the Thunder, tipped it up. Tupa got the ball and ran away, and nice play. You know, Tupa is a quarterback, but he's also a pretty good athlete defensively for Larimore. Huge play.
That's the second pick thrown by Jacob Dewald. I think that got tipped before he caught it, though, didn't it?
It actually got tipped by the Thunder player. Peterson was trying to put his hand up. It got tipped to the defender.
And here's Verkeelen on the run. He's going to charge his way down to the 30-yard line for a gain of 5. It'll be 2nd and 5 for Larimore at the 30 of the Thunder.
That's that counter we've been talking about a little bit, Craig. Doing a nice job. Misdirection by Larimore. Good job by the pulling guard, getting some open room for Verkeelen.
So 30 yards from the end zone here, the Polar Bears, as they have not had a lead in this ball game. From the shotgun, Jacob Tupa back to throw. Being charged by Greenike, and he brings him down for a quarterback sack and a loss of 10.
Man, he's the real deal. Offensively, defensively, Greenike is the real deal. That was a huge wrap-up by the linebacker.
So now it's going to be 3rd and 15 for Larimore. Larimore is in Thunder territory at the 40-yard line. 6 minutes to go in the clock rolling, third quarter. Tied at 28. Thompson is up 46-0 now in their game with Napoleon Gankle Streeter. That's on KMAB. Later today, KMAB, 5 o'clock. Hillsborough Central Valley will kick off with Trinity. From the shotgun on 3rd down. Tupa fakes. Fires it left side. It's incomplete. As intended for Holter.
You know, Holter looked like he had an opening, but just a little underthrown that time, but overall good coverage on the side by the Thunder as well. Give the credit to the defense by Edgeley-Ellendale-Kulm. That was a nice stand. Looks like they might have to punt the ball away here.
And the ball is at the 40 of the Thunder. Looks like they are set up to punt on 4th and 15. Holter will, he dropped it. Picks it back up, and he's blocked. And he picks it back up himself, and it's going to be down at about the 49. So the Thunder are going to have the football at the Larimore 49.
You know, the good news for Larimore is they had pretty good field position at the time of the punt. So they're still not in terrible shape. But still a pretty big play there for the Thunder.
So a blocked punt. Ellendale-Edgeley-Kulm will have the football at the Larimore 49-yard line. Tie game, 28-28, 5:33 to go, third quarter. Still a lot of time left in this one. Thunder, full house backfield, handoff. Peterson pushes to the 45, and he's brought down. That is just his 3rd time running the football.
Yeah, nice run that time. The line, both lines have done a really nice job today, Craig. I mean, they've both had moments where they've controlled the other, and I don't know who's been winning the line. It just depends on the play. It's been a good matchup.
It'll be 2nd down and 6 for the Thunder at the Larimore 45. And on the full house, Dewald, hands off, pushing outside, the ball's loose, and Larimore might have it. It's Larimore football. Kalen Walks took the handoff and turned it over.
And it's Monty Hendrickson who comes away with the fumble recovery that time.
So, Monty Hendrickson, huge play right there. Kalen Walks took the handoff and lost the football at the 42-yard line. Big turnover.
I said knock on wood. You know, we didn't have many turnovers in that first half. We've had 2 in a blocked punt so here far in the second half.
4:55 to go in the third quarter. Larimore is going to have it at their own 42-yard line. Running play. Holter right side down at the 45.
There's that trap we've seen from Larimore. Nice looking play. I thought that Caleb Hofer did a nice job pulling from his tight end position, and they're able to get probably about 4 yards on the play.
Larimore again, they have not had a lead in this ball game. They have it tied right now at 28, and they have the football at the 45-yard line. 2nd and 7 for the Polar Bears. So we approach 4 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Receiver right. Hand off. Breaking free was Verkeelen. Brought down near midfield, and there's a flag back near the line of scrimmage.
It looked like the flag was actually away from the play a bit on the left side. We'll see what the call is.
Officials are going to have a conference. Flag was at the 44. And it is holding on Larimore. So it'll remain second down. They'll walk this off to the 35. Actually, the 34. 10-yard penalty. Second hold on Larimore today.
This has been a different second half. It just has a different feel to it.
Ball is at the 34-yard line, and it's second and long for Larimore. Screen pass, caught. Holter left side, brought down, and maybe for a loss of a yard here, he was brought down by Brennan Vance.
Vance made a nice stop. If he doesn't get the tackle, that has the potential of a pretty big gain, but the senior for the Thunder did a nice job wrapping him up.
I think they maybe lost about a yard here. They did. They lost one on that completion. So it'll be third and long for Larimore at their own 33-yard line. 3.5 minutes to go, third quarter. Two receivers right, one left. Tupa from the shotgun. Looking. He'll go right side with it. And it's incomplete, intended for Caleb Hofer. He was covered over there by Ryan Ost.
And Hofer's made so many nice catches on the ground, and that one was just thrown a little too far out of his reach. And but nice coverage that time by the Thunder as well.
So Larimore is going to have to punt. Got more score updates here. Actually, just the one. Thompson up 46-0 after 3 quarters right now. So fourth down, and Larimore gets set for a punt. There's the snap. Holter gets rid of it, and it's going to bounce out of play. So Ellendale-Edgeley-Kulm will be on offense here. 3:09 to go third quarter, and we're tied at 28.
What a game we've had here so far today, Craig. It's just been a lot of fun to watch.
It has been an exciting ball game. Didn't know what to expect. Honestly, I think a lot of people thought Park River Fordville Lincoln might come out of that game last week, and really Ellendale-Edgeley-Kulm took it to them early and won fairly handily.
Well, you can see why. I mean, they're a good football team. And they've been playing very intense football, able to run and pass the ball.
No doubt about that. I'll get a flag before they can even get things going. False start here on Ellendale-Edgeley-Kulm will walk it off 5 yards. So they were to start the drive at the 39, but now they're going to be at the 34.
Both teams have kind of shot themselves in the foot here early in the second half with penalties and turnovers.
Set up in the eye. Hand off left side. Greenike looking. He's going to get across the 35, but he is surrounded. They will blow the whistles and stop him on forward progress.
A defensive line of Larimore has stepped up so big in the third quarter. And, a nice tackle that time by, let's see, that was Moan. But Moan and Hofer, especially on that right side, have been doing a lot of damage.
North Prairie leads in their game 40-12. Just score update there. Langdon Munich leading Northern Cass 34-16 after 3.
What a turnaround for them this year, Craig. Langdon Munich's a team that's taken some lumps the last couple of years, but they've really turned it around today.
Set up on second down. You're right. Rolling out on the play action. Pass right side is deflected and incomplete. One of the Polar Bears had his hands on it.
Yeah, there was a sea of Polar Bear uniforms that time. I think there was one Thunder player and about 5 Polar Bear defenders. So a lot of credit to the linebackers of Larimore that play.
Here's a score update in 9-man. Thompson would play the winner of this game between Shiloh Christian and Hankinson. Shiloh has now taken the lead at 12-8, 8:24 to go in the fourth.
And that game's huge for Thompson. Big reason is if Shiloh wins, Thompson would have to go to Bismarck.
Yes, sir.
Quick update, Mayville State lead 27-18.
Back to throw. Still looking. Dewald's pass right side. He got him out. It's caught across midfield. And a first down on a third down and 12-13 play turns into a first down for Ellendale-Edgeley-Kulm.
It didn't look like Wirtz had any shot of coming down with that one, but holy moly, he went up and made a nice play. I thought Tupa had good coverage, but Wirtz just went up and got it.
Got that for 13 yards on the completion. That is the third reception by Wirtz, up to 53 yards. So running on the right side to the 35.
Nice screen pass to Hanson that time.
It's going to be close to a first down. So Dewald completes another pass here. He's 10 for 17. Picks up 9 yards on this one.
You know, the first couple drives of the half of the Thunder, they looked out of sync. They're coming back with a pretty nice drive here.
Both teams have 13 first downs on the day. 166 yards for Dewald through the air. From the pistol, he'll pitch it out. Greenike sidestepping a man, and he's going to be stuffed at the 35 for no gain.
It's going to be close, Craig. I think he might have it.
I don't think he got the first.
Just short, but he did gain about a half a yard there.
So it's third and short now, near the 35 of the Polar Bears, as Ellendale-Edgeley-Kulm's on offense, minute to go, third quarter, still tied at 28.
You know, nice idea that time. It's kind of a tricky pitch, but Larimore stayed home, and their linebackers, as they've done all day, have done a great job. That time for Larimore, it was, you see here, Hendrickson coming up with the stop.
From the eye, handed off, Greenike. He's wrapped up from behind and brought down quickly. But did he get the first? That's a big question.
It looks like they're lining up at the first down marker.
Looked like Moan had him wrapped up, but he might have a first. This would be close.
Nice play by Moan, but
they will measure. So they're going to have to measure this one. Bryce Moan got him around the ankles, came around and brought him down, but was able to lean forward as he came down with it. And now the question is it going to be fourth and short or first down?
To me, from my angle, it looks like the spot he just got it by a toenail, but we'll see.
You think so, huh?
It's close.
Well, the chain gang is out. We'll find out. Meanwhile, Thompson has gone up 52-0 over Napoleon Gackel-Streeter with about a minute to go.
So they're going to say he missed it by a toenail.
You're right, just short. Comets are up 27-18 in their game with Dakota State in the fourth quarter.
A little bit of confusion here on the line.
So a huge, huge play for both these teams. It's fourth and an inch for Ellendale-Edgeley-Kulm at the Larimore 35. Handoff, and Greenike is stopped. Oh, he bounces off a would-be tackler. He's got the first down. Unbelievable. Larimore had him stuffed. They had 2, maybe 3 men there to make the stop. Greenike bounced off of him and took off on the right side to get 2 yards.
Larimore learned a lesson. You cannot celebrate a tackle before he's down. And they had guys that were already celebrating, and the will of Greenike just got him to that first down marker.
That was a huge play. Could be a play of the game. See how the rest of the game transpires. There are under 20 seconds to go in the third quarter, tied at 28. First down for the Thunder, their 14th. First and 10 at the Larimore 33 as they'll set up. Now a little confusion on the line here. Now they'll get set up here in the eye. Greenike in motion, pitch to Greenike, right side, 30, 25, and he's brought down near a first down. Time runs out, end of the quarter. We're through 3, VW Motors scoreboard. We're tied at 28. Harry, I think you were maybe trying to say something before that last play.
I probably was, but I can't actually remember.
We're running down on time there to end the third quarter. We'll go for the handoff here. Cole Gehring on the run.
You know, I think we're just seeing some inspired football here, Craig. I mean, both sides, man, there's a lot of energy at both teams. I think are just playing really well right now.
See Clayton Schlett with a little bit of a limp as he came off the field for Larimore.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to be seen by the trainer. It looks like it might be a cramp.
Gain of 1 for Gehring. We're just underway fourth quarter. Larimore and Ellendale-Edgeley-Kulm are tied at 28. Larimore has never had the lead in this game.
This is an interesting call here. Do you keep doing what you're doing, run the football, or do you do a little play-action passage?
Flag got thrown, and I think they were trying to call a timeout. Now the official comes over. He's talking with Greenike.
Looks like some miscommunication in general.
They're going to pick up the flag. They had 10 on the field. Here comes the 11th man. So they picked up the flag. They didn't even call the timeout or anything.
So big play here, 3rd and 1, and this is as big as it gets right here.
Ball's at the 24-yard line. Receiver right side, I formation. It's a play action. He'll throw left side, and it's just out of reach. And it's going to be 4th down. Big 4th down play coming up. We've already had a big 4th down play on this drive.
See, I really like the play call. I mean, I think play action was a great, risk to take. They kept it pretty tight inside, and then took a shot with the play action pass. It was just a little too far out there, but I don't think we're going to see a pass on this play.
They tried to go to Lane Hansen that time, but it's just out of reach. It'll be 4th and a long 1 for EEK at the Larimore 24. They'll pitch to Greenike, trying to push his way. Diggs, and this is close. He's brought down near a 1st down. If you look at the guy across the way, it's not enough. You look at the near play referee, though, it is enough. So I'm not sure here where they've set it. I think he might be short. They're going to have to measure. This is going to be very close.
Let me take a look at this one because it's very tight.
I don't know. I think it might be just a hair short, but we'll see. The last time it was just short, and that was on a 3rd down play. This is a 4th down play, so this is huge. Chain gang comes out to measure. They got to come almost the entire width of the field here as the ball is here on the near side.
As you said, Craig, I think it's just a little short.
It is short. So a gain of 1. He needed nearly 2. So a nice stop by Larimore here. They're going to have the football at their own 24.
It was Caleb Hofer and Monty Hendrickson were the 2 main guys on that stop. And big tackle.
We got a senior-laden squad here for Larimore that they are hungry to get through these playoffs.
It's interesting. The Thunder are very young.
Yes, they are. They go with a counter play. We got flags all over the place as Holter takes the ball right side.
It looked like they were going to have some success there on that kind of end-around counter, but they didn't. Oh, we have another penalty, Craig.
Yeah, there's yellow all over the field right now.
And one was very late.
Got a hold on Larimore. It looks like that's all it's going to be. So that'll back them up 10 yards. And because of the play taking some time to develop and everything in the backfield, it actually backs them up farther. They lost a whole lot of yards here.
It's interesting. That looked like a play that was going to go for a lot of yards. But the Thunder did a nice job of sealing the gap.
They actually lose 14 that time. They're back at their own 10-yard line on 1st and long as they go for a handoff up the middle. And not a lot.
A big stop that time. Both defensive lines have really stepped up their game here in the second half, Craig. And, the one prediction I've had has been we've seen less scoring here in the second half.
Well, you can't be wrong all the time, Harry.
I know it. Usually I have at least a 10% chance of being right.
So a gain of about a yard. It's going to be 2nd and long for Larimore. They got to get to the 34 for first, so it's 2nd and 25. Larimore and Ellendale-Edgeley-Kulm tied at 28 with 10:02 to go.
This second half is limping along a little bit. A lot of delays, some penalties. It's just moving slower.
Three receivers, shotgun set. Tupa fires deep right side, and Holford, he hang on, he did. It's just shy of the first down marker. They needed 25 for a first, and it looks like they got 24.
A beautiful pass that time. And another big play. So far, we've seen two big fourth down plays for the Thunder. It looks like it might be the Polar Bears' turn here.
It'll be 23 yards on the pass completion, make it 3rd and a long 1.
Excuse me, it's 3rd down. Sorry about that.
Holfer's 4th catch, totaling 59 yards. 3rd and a long 1 for Larimore at the 33-yard line. Holter in motion, handoff straight ahead, a dive, and it's going to be close but might be short. Might be just short on that one. Did you see who ran that one, Harry?
I don't, and I believe Hendrickson, or I believe it was Hendrickson.
Okay, so it's going to be closer. Yep, they're going to measure.
Again, it looked like he might just be a little short.
Got a few measurements here lately.
Yeah, you know, that first half there was a lot of scoring, but it was a smooth quarter. There wasn't many penalties, there wasn't many delays. Now the second half has been a lot more delays in the action.
Just got a note here. Mayville State's going to pull off the upset on a ranked Dakota State team as Dakota State failed on the onside kick.
That's a big win. You know, the Comets have, I believe, only have one or two other wins over nationally ranked teams in their past, so that's a big victory. The 3rd straight loss for Dakota State.
So it will be 4th and short for Larimore near the 34-yard line. Pistol set, handoff, and Hendrickson's got the first, and we're going to flag at the end of the play.
I'm thinking face mask here, Craig.
They needed less than a yard. They got 2 yards from Hendrickson, and then a flag comes at the end of the play at the 36.
It looks like it is on the Thunder.
So Larimore's going to pick up some yards. Face mask. It's the 5-yard face mask. So that'll set the ball at the 41. First down for Larimore, their 14th of the day. Got 2 yards there from Hendrickson.
I think Larimore's going to take a shot here, Craig. I wouldn't be surprised to see a play action and a deep pass, possibly to Hofer.
We'll see what happens here on first down. They're on 41, man in motion. And it's a reverse play. Hofer, there's a flag. He's going to take off midfield 45. This will probably get backed up on a hold.
But I have a hard time not seeing either a hold or an illegal motion.
Yep, it's a hold.
Play down.
So that's going to wave off the play.
Holding on the Polar Bears.
So holding on Larimore. 8:27 to play, and we're tied at 28. One of these two teams will survive and advance.
What an interesting end around that time. You know, they had it looking like it was just a straight toss and then kind of an end around counter for Larimore. And Hofer runs well when he gets into space.
Thompson has won their game today. We still have HCV in action at 5 on KMAV. We still have this game to conclude as Larimore tied at 28 with EEK. Back to throw. Tupa on the fake. Pass right side. He's got Hofer, and Hofer hangs on to it as he's brought down. The ball popped out for just a split second. And it's not a first, but it's a long gain.
Well, what focus by Caleb Hofer. Like you said, when he initially got hit, that ball was up in the air. But he did a nice job holding his focus.
Ball be out to the 48-yard line. Tupa's now 10 for 19 passing. 2nd and 3. Handoff on the left side. Verkeelen turns the corner, 50, and he does a somersault to about the 45 for a first down. Gain of 6.
That senior seasoned offensive line for Larimore starting to wear down this defensive line for Ellendale-Edgeley-Kulm, and to me that's been the difference here in the second half.
Tupa over 200 yards through the air today. Just doing some numbers there. From the pistol, hands off for Keelan. Tripped up, keeps going. He's to the 44 and gets pushed back. And was brought down on the play by Wyatt Nitschke and Brennan Vance.
Yeah, both Vance and Nitschke did a nice job of closing the gap there. It looked like there was going to be some more room to run for Verkeelen, but they did a nice job limiting his gain.
Unofficially, I've got Verkeelen at 60 yards on 11 carries. 6:52 to play, still tied at 28. Larimore scored the lone touchdown of this half, and it came very early in the third quarter. From the shotgun, Tupa on play action. Left side the pass. Holter's got it. 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, and he's going to step his way in.
There's a penalty flag.
They give the touchdown. There is a flag, though.
And the flag's back at about the 35-yard line.
Holter, he was teetering along the sideline there and able to keep his feet in bounds inside the 10-yard line to get the touchdown.
Larimore seems to be pretty confident that it's on Ellendale-Edgeley-Kulm.
Officials are talking about it.
Yep.
It will be a touchdown. Holding on the defense. It's declined. 44-yard touchdown strike. Jacob Tupa to Eli Holter, and Larimore for the first time today has the lead as they go up 34-28 with 6:36 to go. A drive of 76 yards for the Polar Bears.
You know, and we talked about it. The key for Larimore was going to be establishing that run. The penalty will be enforced on the kickoff.
Be the fourth passing touchdown for Jacob Tupa. I've got an 11 for 20 for 251.
You know, going into the game, I don't know how many people would have thought there'd be 400, 450 yards passing in this game.
No, absolutely. The extra point kick by Caleb Hofer is good. 35-28, Larimore's first lead of the day, 6:36 to play. We'll have a kick after this. And for those of you that were listening to the Thompson Tommies pick up a big win today, glad you joined us here on KMAV 105.5 FM. We're also on Sports Radio 1520 KMSR. Larimore has scored to get their first lead of the day. It's 35-28 Larimore. With 6:36 to go, Larimore caps off a 20. Actually, they started at 24. They cap off a 76-yard drive with a 44-yard pass. Jacob Tupa to Eli Holter. Caleb Hofer, the extra point kick. Larimore up 35-28.
28 unanswered points for Larimore. It's been very impressive by the Polar Bears.
Nope, actually EEK did score once in that time span, though.
Good call. 28-7, though.
Yeah, they went from 13 to 35, so still a very impressive 22-point run. 22 in a row by Larimore. Larimore's going to have to re-kick, it looks like, from the 45. So as you said, Harry, they assist the penalty on the kickoff, and we do know that Caleb Hofer's got a good foot here. He's already had a couple of touchbacks on kickoffs. So Caleb Hofer will approach the football. This one's going to bounce the 20, rolls to the 11, picked up 15, 20. Left side ball, was it ripped away? I think Larimore might have come up with the football. They did. Royce Verkeelen comes up with a football. Somebody got in there. I don't know if it was Verkeelen or who it was for Larimore, but somebody got in there and hooked him around the arm and popped the football out, and Larimore with a touchdown lead. They have the football just 21 yards from the end zone.
Yeah, Verkeelen, and also it looks like Austin Steffen, number 3, was in the area. Also, Ethan Moore in the area, so I'm not sure exactly who was able to strip that ball away, but what a play.
So that comes on the kickoff here. And with 6:29 to play, Larimore is on offense again, this time at the Ellendale-Edgeley-Kulm 21-yard line. A huge play from the pistol. Inside handoff, left side. Trying to charge his way. Not going to get him a whole lot here. Maybe got a yard here on the run.
Nice stop that time by Watt. The Thunder still doing a nice job defensively. They're making the Polar Bears work for every single yard they get.
So about a yard there for Royce Verkeelen on the carry. I've got him at 12 carries for 61. Listening to high school football playoff coverage from Larimore on KMAV, Mayville, Portland, 105.5 FM, and KMSR, Mayville, Portland, 1520 AM. Hillsborough Central Valley football coming up on the FM at 440. Probably also on the AM. Handed off right side. Taking off, all the way for a touchdown. Royce Verkeelen, 20 yards.
They've been setting it up all day. Their line, to me, is just worn down this Edgeley-Ellendale defensive line, and I think that's been the difference. The line for Larimore has held steady, and that played huge on that play.
Royce Verkeelen from 20 yards on the right side. It's a 2-play drive. 21-yard drive for Larimore. They're up 41-28. Here's the kick by Caleb Hofer. It's up, and it's no good. 5:41 to play. Larimore 41. Ellendale-Edgeley-Kulm 28. VW Motors scoreboard. 28 unanswered points here for Larimore. They did not have a lead until here in the fourth quarter. They now lead 41-28 over Ellendale-Edgeley-Kulm. A 2-play, 21-yard drive. Royce Verkeelen runs it from 20. The extra point kick failed. 5:41 to play. Larimore has got a 2-touchdown lead here at 41-28, a 13-point lead, Harry.
To me, that Verkeelen return on that kick return was absolutely huge, and that was the difference maker there.
Turnovers have been key as this game has progressed. There's a kick to the 9, to the 15, 20, 25, tripped up Greenike with the return near the 30-yard line.
Pretty nice return that time. And, this isn't a game that you can sleep on it. The Thunder have sure had their success offensively, so Larimore's going to need a couple big defensive stands here.
Right now, by my count, Ellendale-Edgeley-Kulm has 2 timeouts. Of course, they would need to score and then score again. Larimore with the advantage here. Play action. Dewald wants to go deep right side. There's nobody for his team out there. Closest man to the play was Holter, and the ball was well overthrown of everyone.
He's been at his best when he's been at that short to intermediate passing game, and forcing it long just doesn't seem to be his game.
Dewald's 10 for 19 with 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. He's thrown for 166 today. Bishop Ryan has won 31-14 over Hazen. We'll go through scores in our post game. Looking, Dewald still looking. He'll fire it up to no one in particular, and it's out of bounds. That's dangerous.
It just seems like they're just throwing it up there right now. I think they're frustrated. I think they're disappointed, and it doesn't seem like they're on the same page right now offensively.
It's been all Larimore here in the second half, and turnover has been a big part of it. And you can start to see the frustration set in a little bit here for the Thunder. They're going to have 3rd and 10 at their own 28-yard line with 5:22 to go.
Maybe expect that, Craig. You look at the rosters, and it's a senior-laden Larimore team. For the Thunder, it's a lot of sophomores, a lot of juniors.
There's no doubt Larimore's got the experience. They've been in the playoffs many times. Back to throw, D-Wall. Fires a deep ball that's overthrown again, and it's fourth down.
That one was close to Vance. He had a step on his defender. It was just a little too long out of the outstretched hands of Vance, but that was a lot closer for the Thunder.
Stay tuned on both KMAB and KMSR. Jason Keating live coverage of the Hillsborough Central Valley Burros at 4:40. We're at 4:15 right now. So once we're done, we'll have Hillsborough Central Valley football against Dickinson Trinity. Stay tuned for that one. Thompson won big today over Napoleon Gankle Streeter in a shutout. Fourth down. They got to go for it. Get him a high snap under pressure. D-Ball takes off, fires it on the run. Greenike with the catch as he's brought down at the 45. What a play.
That is gorgeous. And I don't know, he was covered, and all of a sudden he made a move and got open. They can do some things offensively that just make you go, wow.
Greenike with a great play there. D-Wall is pressured on the run. He fired it over there. They get the first down. Ball at the 45, first and 10. Right side, Greenike takes off 45, pushes his way to midfield, drags him. He gets to the 46-yard line of Larimore. It'll be second and 1 or 2 to go.
I cannot be more impressed by him today. Greenike's been a great running back, and he just is running so hard for the Thunder.
Greenike, 6 foot, 190-pound junior. 4:40 to go. Larimore leads 41-28. Thunder on the drive here, second and 2. High snap. D-Wall slipped a little bit, throws it left side, and it's tipped up. It's caught. It got deflected and then caught for a reception for Hunter White in the first down.
To me, what the Thunder are showing is when they don't turn the ball over, they're very good offensively. You know, there hasn't been many times that they've had to punt the football. It's just been a lot of turnovers, and that was a great pass and catch.
You're calling about 31 on the, I think a 30-yard play. But a first down. D-Wald's thrown for 213. Left side, Greenike. And he'll get stopped for a gain of, looks about 3 or 4 maybe.
This has been an impressive surge, Craig, because it kind of seemed like the Thunder were frustrated and maybe they were, kind of on the verge of turning the ball over again, but it's been a nice drive here for Edgeley-Ellendale-Kulm.
Greenike, 23 carries, 124. Second and 7 for the Thunder. It's Larimore 13. D-Wald looking. He'll fire it up the middle and wide open for a touchdown. It's caught by Brennan Vance, a 13-yard reception. And this game is still going to come down to the wire here as Larimore's lead is trimmed to 41-34, 3:50 to go.
I've been really impressed by both teams being able to bounce back from adversity and being down. Larimore obviously came back, but now Thunder are coming back from a deficit.
D-Wald's second passing touchdown. The extra point is good. 3:50 to go. 41-35, Larimore the lead on the VW Motors scoreboard. It's been a fun ball game to watch today between two very good Class A football squads. Larimore leads 41-35. Ellendale-Edgeley-Kulm just scored. It was a 72-yard drive capped off by a 13-yard completion. Went from Jacob D-Wald to Brennan Vance. Gehring got the kick. It's 41-35. Larimore with 3:50 to go.
A lot of people would say you have the better spot to be in because you're, away from that wind, but holy moly, it's been fun to be on the field.
Onside kick attempt off Serrano's off one Larimore man. Another man's I think Larimore's got the ball. Verkeelen, I believe, came up with it. Yes, he did. But it was deflected by someone in front of him, and they came up with it at the 34-yard line. So Larimore will have it. They're on offense at their own 34. They lead by 6.
I think that's a genius play call. One reason is because Larimore's had big kick returns. So, to be honest, it ends up being at about the same spot as it's been throughout the game.
41-35 Larimore. Tupa is going to hand off for Keelan. Pushing his way right side, broke free, and then he's brought down about the 38.
Yeah, nice job that time on the toss. I mean, he was able to cut it out to the outside, but still the Thunder did a pretty nice job from keeping him getting too much running room.
So Verkeelen gains 4. I've got him at 85 yards on 14 carries. He has 2 rushing touchdowns on the day. Clock rolling, 3:15 to go. 2nd and 6 for Larimore at the 38 from the pistol. Handed off. Verkeelen trying to push his way across the 40, and he dives to near the 42-yard line. It'll be 3rd down.
Big 3rd down play, because this, you're not going to take too big of a risk if you're in Larimore if they're unable to get this 3rd down conversion. So this is a huge 3rd down play.
Gain of 3. It'll be 3rd down here for Larimore. 3rd and 3 at the 41. Larimore leads the Thunder by 6. 2:36 to go.
I look for the Polar Bears to go to the outside on this play.
We're in tight here from the pistol. Hand off. Holter right side. He's got the 1st down, 45, and he's wrapped up near midfield. Inside handoff to Eli Holter and a 1st down for Larimore.
He did a nice job cutting that out to the outside, Craig. Really impressive run by Holter.
Going to give him nearly 9. Got him at 44 yards, 8 carries. Ken Thompson won big today over Napoleon Gackle-Streeter. We have Hillsborough Central Valley coming up. So take on Trinity pregame around 4:40. Jason Keating will have the call of that one, so stay tuned. Both on KMAV and KMSR.
The Thunder are going to have to start taking timeouts pretty soon here.
They have 2 to use. Ball at midfield, 1st down Larimore. And we get a false start.
There's a little movement on the defense, but I think it's going to be a false start.
It is. They're pointing that way. It's on Larimore. There was movement both sides. They'll back it up 5 to the 45-yard line. 2:01 to play. Larimore leads 41-35. They did not have a lead in this game until the 4th quarter. And that came with 6:36 to play. So it's 1st and 15 for Larimore at the 45. Shotgun set this time. Handoff. Now another handoff. They go to Holter with it. And it's the ball loose.
There's a fumble.
And the officials are waiting for the official word here on who's got the football. It belongs to Ellendale-Edgeley-Kulm. This is huge. So Larimore tried a trick play there. They went for 2 handoffs, and they turn it over. Ellendale-Edgeley-Kulm trails by 6. We'll have the football with 1:39 to go. They're going to be at the Larimore 44.
One thing to remember, Craig, is that Larimore missed its last extra point. So the fact that the Thunder are only down by 6 could come up absolutely huge if they're able to score.
The Thunder kicker is perfect in this game, 5 for 5 on extra points. First they would have to score, though. Ball at the 43-yard line. Pitch back, Greenite. Right side. Tripped up and he keeps going. He's down to the 40. 35. Dives to the 32-yard line.
He's a tough player, I'll tell you what. I'm a little surprised they ran the ball, but it was a nice game.
They're not giving him the first. I'm surprised. I thought he got to the 32. Are they going to measure here? I just got a flag. The coach on the sideline, was he mad they didn't get a first down? Not sure what just happened there. The White Hats now talking to the players for EEK.
I'm not sure what this play call was.
They had 12 men on the field.
Okay.
Wow. So wipe that play away. And Larimore just turned it over now. They have to back up Ellendale-Edgeley-Kulm to the 48.
Still 1:31 to work. I'm guessing we're not going to see too many more running plays from Ellendale-Edgeley-Kulm.
Now they've spotted the ball at the Larimore 48. Now the white hat official is going over to talk to John Shealy, coach of EEK. Minute 31 to go. Larimore leads 41-35. Quarterfinals of the Class A playoffs. Official's still talking over there.
This has been one of the best games I've seen in a long time.
It's been fantastic.
And to be honest, it was hard to know what to expect today.
Well, again, I think a lot of people had thought maybe Park River Ford Delanca would be coming to Larimore, and it turned out EEK took care of the Aggies pretty handily last week. First and about 15. Back to throw. T-Ball's brought down for a sack. Monty Hendrickson with a quarterback sack.
The timeout on the field.
Timeout, Thunder. It's going to be second and about 19 for EEK at their own 47 on the timeout. Minute 21 to go. We're back after this. Second and 19, back to throw. D-ball is complete. It's going to be a first down for EEK. Out of the timeout. They went up the middle on second and 19, and they complete it. It's Lane Hansen with the catch.
Craig, this is going to be an off-the-wall comment, but for some reason, because these guys look like the Chargers to me, there's something about that kind of reminds me of this team of like Dan Fouts and Kellen Winslow.
22-yard reception, pitch back, Greenite dives. He's at the 30.
Well, a little bit of a peculiar call. I mean, they've been having so much success through the air.
Well, obviously you're going to be rushing things here. So they picked up 1 yard, Greenite did. Right now they're just taking their time, 45 seconds to go. Second and 9 at the Larimore 30 for the Thunder. Back to throw. Looking, pass left side, and it's overthrown. Incomplete pass. It'll be third and 9.
Good coverage that time by Tupa. Tupa really did a nice job not giving, I believe it was Vance, any room.
Been a tremendous ball game today. Larimore still hanging on to a 6-point lead. Ellendale-Edgeley-Kulm has it at the Larimore 30, third down and 9. Larimore wants a timeout with 37 seconds to go. We'll be right back. Harry, we have just been treated to a really good ball game today. It's been very entertaining.
Both teams have been down, and at times it's almost thought they were out, but they just keep pushing forward. Both teams, so much credit, so much heart that they've shown.
Third and 9 for Ellendale-Edgeley-Kulm at the Larimore 30. 37 seconds to go. Fake on the handoff. They do hand it off, rather. Left side, Greenite. He is at the first down marker and steps out of bounds. First down, Ellendale-Edgeley-Kulm. What I meant to say, Harry, is he faked the pass and went for the delayed handoff.
So it's third and 9. You have 36 seconds left to play with. The last thing I thought I was going to see was a halfback draw, and it worked to perfection.
Ball is at the 20. That is the unofficially 18th first down for EEK. EEK at the Larimore 20. Larimore leads by 6. 31 seconds to go. First and 10. Thunder. High formation. Back to throw. Pass left side is caught. And he's not going to stay, he's not going to get out of bounds, it looks like. So it'll be a first down, though. Hunter White on the catch. His second catch of the ball game. Gain of 12. First and goal at about the 8. Pitch back. Greenite, right side. And he stopped. They will have to use their last timeout.
Monty Hendrickson, Bryce Moan, huge stops that time by Larimore.
14.8 to go. Larimore by 6. Thunder have it second and goal right after this. Ball is at the 6. Second and goal, Ellendale-Edgeley-Kulm. Greenite's now run for 137 on 26 carries.
4 words for you, Craig. This is playoff football.
You got it. Larimore hanging on to a 6-point lead. No more timeouts for the Thunder. Thunder trail by 6. They have the ball second and goal at the 6. 14 seconds. Back to throw. D-Wald up the middle. Incomplete! It was right in the arms of Brennan Vance, and he didn't get it.
They're going to have to move that clock back, Craig. That was an incomplete pass with about 12 seconds left, and it kept running.
But did the officials see it? Wow, that was right there. Vance dropped the ball.
Right through the hands, right through his hands.
I mean, that was a bullet up the middle. Could not hang on to it. D-Wald now 15 for 28 for 260 yards through the air.
Looks like they're going to have 12.8 seconds put on the clock.
You called it. 12.8 to go. 3rd and goal at the 6. Thunder with the ball. Larimore by 6. D-Wald looks. He's going to loft one right corner, and he overthrew it, and it's going to be 4th down.
Great coverage by Larimore, Craig. Great coverage. Nice defensive pressure, just nothing there.
And he had to just throw it up in where no one was going to catch it because they were going to run out of time if he kept running around with the football.
I'll throw it out there, Craig. I'm expecting a run.
This was season for both teams. 4th down and goal at the 6-yard line. Larimore leads 41-35. Ellendale-Edgeley-Kulm 4th and goal at the 6. What a ball game here. Stay tuned. HCV in action in just minutes once we're done. We'll try to get things going with our post game once we get to that point. Back to throw. D-Wald, left side, looks, pass in the crowd. It's caught.
He caught it.
It's caught for a touchdown.
It was batted, I believe.
Luke Wirtz from 6 yards, and I think the coverage down there was really good, and he still managed to come up with it. We're tied at 41. And now it comes down to the foot of Cole Gehring, who is 5 for 5 on extra points today. 1 second to go, and we're tied at 41.
I thought that a Larimore defender actually got his hands on the ball. You know, what a catch by Wirtz, but this offense is just impressive.
1 second to go.
They're going to put 2.8 seconds, I believe, back on the clock.
So the game is tied now.
28 seconds right now.
The Thunder drove for 57 yards. They score on a 6-yard completion to Luke Wirtz. Again, Gehring's 5 for 5 on extra points. The snap. The kick is up. The kick is good. Ellendale-Edgeley-Kulm leads 42-41 over Larimore with 2.8 seconds to go. I don't know what to say. I just can't believe it.
So much heart shown by both teams here, Craig. I mean, I wouldn't count it out until the final horn because Larimore is going to come up with something.
It's going to come down to the kickoff here.
Unless they kneel it. You know, they might want to take a shot with their arm. Who knows? You take a shot with the kick return game?
It all depends on the kick. You know, Larimore can't dictate what Ellendale-Edgeley-Kulm does with the kickoff. So it all depends on where the kick ends up and everything and whether you can even take a dive on the return. You may just try to set up your best special teams play right here. Unbelievable ball game.
I'm trying to think in my head. I don't think I've seen many games that can match up to this one.
It's one of the best ones I've seen in a long time, I'll say that. Very exciting game, but Larimore now finds themselves down 42-41, 2.8 to go. Larimore will receive the kick. Jacob D-Wald now 16 for 30 for EEK for 266 yards. So here we go. Cole Gehring, 6 for 6 on extra points. Boy, he's been huge. He will get the kickoff here. And it's a squib. Bounced around. Larimore trying to get the return here. Pitch back for Keelan. He'll pitch it at the 40. There's another pitch back down to the 35. They'll pitch it to the 30, back to the 25.
Oh, my goodness.
On the left side, 30, 35. Now he's in trouble. He's going to throw it back. And they fall with the football. The game is over. Final score on the VW Motors scoreboard. In an upset. A huge upset. Ellendale-Edgeley-Kulm 42, Larimore 41. We're going to get a quick post game, and then we're going to Central Valley. We'll be right back. The final score in an upset, it's Ellendale-Edgeley-Kulm 42, Larimore 41. Let's go through the scoring summaries. We've got Hillsborough Central Valley football just minutes away. Ellendale-Edgeley-Kulm scored on a 65-yard drive. It was Dewald to White, 17-yard touchdown. Gehring kicked the extra point, 7-0 Ellendale-Edgeley-Kulm. Then the Thunder score again. A short field 30-yard drive, 1-yard touchdown run by Greenike, and then Gehring kicks the extra point, 14-0 Ellendale-Edgeley-Kulm. We were still halfway through the first quarter. Larimore would score on a 59-yard drive. Tupa to Caleb Holfer, 16-yard pass for a touchdown. Holfer kicked the extra point, 14-7 Ellendale-Edgeley-Kulm. That would be all the scoring in the first quarter. The Thunder would score on a 34-yard drive early in the second quarter, and it was a 3-yard run by Talon Walks. Gehring kicked the extra point, 21-7 Thunder at that point, 11:14 to go in the half. Larimore would then get a 48-yard drive. They'd score on a 47-yard pass completion. Jacob Tupa to Eli Holter. The kick failed. It was 21-13 EEK at that point, 9:52 to go second quarter. And then EEK goes 80 yards on the drive. They score on a 39-yard run by Greenike. Gehring kicks the extra point, 28-13 Thunder. Larimore scores the last points of the first half. It was an 86-yard drive. Royce Verkeelen from 13 yards on the run for the touchdown. And Verkeelen ran in the two-point conversion, 28-21, Ellendale-Edgeley-Kulm at halftime. In the second half, Larimore would score with 10:22 to go in the third quarter to tie it at 28. I forgot to write down, I've got the stats, but I forgot to write down who got that touchdown. See if I can quickly pick that up here. It was a 61-yard pass completion from Jacob Tupa to Royce Verkeelen. That's what it was. A 61-yard completion for the touchdown. And the extra point kick was good, tied it at 28 with 10:22 to go in the third quarter. No scoring again until 6:36 to go in the fourth quarter, as Larimore would drive 76 yards. It would be Tupa to Holter on a 44-yard touchdown, and the Holfer kick was good. That made it 35-28 Larimore. Their first lead of the game came with 6:36 to go. After a fumble recovery on the ensuing kickoff, Verkeelen recovers. Larimore then scores again. It was a 21-yard two-play drive, 20-yard touchdown by Verkeelen on the run. The kick failed. 41-28 Larimore at that point with 5:41 to go. And then the last two touchdowns are scored by EEK. They would get a 72-yard drive, 13-yard completion from Dewald to Vance. Gehring kicked the extra point, made it 41-35. After a huge fumble recovery by EEK, they would drive 43-yard score on a 4th and goal, 6-yard completion, Dewald to Wirtz. Gehring kicked the extra point. Gehring made all of his extra points here. As what a ball game. 42-41, Ellendale-Edgeley-Kulm defeats Larimore, scoring the winning points with 2 seconds to go. Some last numbers here for EEK. Clayton Greenike, 26 carries, 137 yards. Nathan Peterson, 4 carries, 22. Cole Gehring, 7 for 25. Talon Walks, 3 for 2 yards and a touchdown. Greenike had 2 rushing scores. Passing, Jacob Dewald, 16 for 30, 266 yards through the air, 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. The catches, 3 by Greenike for 68 yards, 2 for Hunter White, 1 was a touchdown, 1 for Nathan Peterson, 4 catches, 59 yards and a touchdown for Luke Wirtz. Brennan Vance, 3 catches, 59 yards and a touchdown. Lane Hansen, 3 catches, 46 yards. For Larimore, Monty Hendricks unofficially 7 carries, 37. Royce Verkeelen, 15 carries, 88 and 2 scores. Eli Holter, 9 carries, 42. Clayton Schlett, 1 carry, -2. Jacob Tupa, 2 for a -19, 2 sacks. Jacob Tupa at quarterback, 11 for 20. 251 yards, 4 passing touchdowns, no picks. Eli Holter caught 3 for 90 yards, 2 touchdowns. Bryce Mullen, 1 reception, 21 yards. Caleb Holfer, 5 catches, 72 and a touchdown. Royce Verkeelen, 2 catches, 68 and a touchdown. Players of the game brought to you by Mayville State. Harry, let's take it away.
For Edgeley Ellendale-Kulm, Jacob Dewald, quarterback. Huge game, especially down the stretch, leading him to 2 touchdowns. Clayton Grunick, huge day running the football, a couple touchdowns, but more importantly, it was just the toughness. He just kept his feet running. And then lastly, Cole Goring kicking the football. I believe he was 6 for 6 on extra points with the Thunder.
7 for 7, actually.
7 for 7. Larimore, I thought Jacob Tupa.
Or 6 for 6, you're right. Sorry about that.
I thought Jacob Tupa played a great game at quarterback. Threw 3 or 4 touchdown passes, did a great job. Royce Verkeelen, I thought, was kind of a very steady presence as a running back. And lastly, I thought Caleb Hofer kind of controlled the line of scrimmage, had some big kickoffs, and did a nice job overall.
Thanks to all of our sponsors. Thanks to Larimore sponsors. Unfortunately, it wasn't the outcome we had hoped for. 42-41, Ellendale-Edgeley-Kulm the win. Let's go to Jason Keating at Central Valley.